good day. Happy, what's today? Tuesday. Moody's here again.
Hi, it's me, Moody.
Jesus Christ.
What?
It's so underwhelming.
I wanted to present an accurate level. Like, I don't want to be like the steel toe MLC.
The MLC intro.
With like, dun, 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 dun.
And then it's just Kevin on his phone.
No, I wanted to come in exactly where you should expect me to. And I think I nailed it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
There is so much paperwork ahead today. I'm so excited.
Could you move to your left a little?
My left? All right. It is not the same shirt as yesterday.
It's perfect.
Thanks.
Great. Look, we're going to jump right into it today. I know we wasted everybody's time yesterday with the hamburger conversation, and you've all weighed in, and it's clear what the winner is. We don't need to go over it.
Burger is a suffix.
Hit the like button. We're not going to do it. Don't fight. Don't fall in for his stuff. Don't get into that. I forget what we were going to fight about today, but I don't want to even try. We're going to jump straight into it, and that's that. Hit the like button. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your dad or his lawyer about us. And I do have a little quick Hackamania news. By the way, get your tickets to Hackamania. Get your streaming tickets to Hackamania. $19.99. Watch it all. 14 hours of content. Streamed straight to your devices. Join in the chat. Join in the fun. This weekend, starting Friday night, Hackamania.com. $19.99. No promo code needed. Come watch the show, Hackamania. Okay, and then I do have to make the announcement again about the poker tournament because this is brand new breaking news. If you're playing in the poker tournament, we are not having our own poker tournament anymore. They don't have the dealers, and they canceled on us. Something to do with the World Series of Poker. Regardless, we're still meeting up at the Golden Nugget Poker Room at 1 p.m. Sunday. Cash games are available if you want to play cash games, and there is a $200 buy-in tournament. I understand that's pricey. It's not for everybody. We got a lot of poor listeners out there, and that's fine. If your skills aren't up to it, I wouldn't jump in there for $200 either. I'm going to do it. Rocco's going to do it. I imagine the high rollers, even though they're awful poker players like Jason Bentley, are going to do it because they've got the money. They're going to be all hopped up on Ozempic. You know, so they're going to be doing it. Anyway, regardless, if you can't afford to buy into the tournament or don't want to, if you don't trust that your skill level can accommodate it, I get it. Come on down anyway. Play the cash games and hang out if you want to play poker. If not, there's plenty of other things to do in Vegas. Make friends this weekend and go out with another group and hang out. Don't get into swinging or cocaine. Get into cocaine. It's Vegas. I won't tell. The point is, you know, be responsible, but have some fun. There's tons of things to do. The number one thing I recommend is Omega Mart. If you're around on a weekday, you probably want to go on a weekday when it's less busy.
Yeah.
Because it is yeah, you went when it was too busy.
It was way too busy. Hated it. But it was, I liked the idea of it. It's just was too busy to discover anything. So, but it's really cool if you don't know about it.
We're also meeting up at the Container Park. That's in downtown Las Vegas at 6 p.m. Sunday. They have different shipping container, like restaurants and bar options. It's kind of like the last hurrah farewell for the weekend. So if you want to come out to that, all this is updated, including we added a Thursday night event, 7 p.m. for anybody who's in town early Thursday night. All that information is on the website, hackamania.com. Scroll down to the schedule. It's all up to date. It's all locked in now.
Is that going to be the Brad meet and greet?
That's going to be the Brad meet and greet. I may be bringing my dog out.
Right.
Weather permitting. You know, it's summer. It's very hot. And I'm not going to make my little dog walk in a hot pavement. But I also won't make her wear those booties that all the dogs are wearing because she's, you know, she's cool. I think that's all the announcements. But anyway, the schedule's locked in. We're good to go. It's all coming together, man. We're 3 days out. What are you thinking now, Moody? What are you You got feet on the ground.
Yeah.
You have no idea really how much prep or what's done, I guess. I don't know.
I think we've got a very busy couple of days ahead of us. We've got to get that karaoke machine to plug in so that everyone will be able to hear us. We need to get a phone to plug in for the internet at the venue. It's a lot. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, we do. We're going to have to find out. I haven't even thought about that. How are we going to broadcast this thing?
It's I'll just hotspot. I'm on my business mobile. I can hotspot from my phone.
And then I got when I visited the venue, I thought that the lighting they had up was theirs, but it turns out that was the band that was there that weekend.
Right.
Lighting. So like we have no lighting now, and I'm over here going achi wawa. I'm also worried about the bar. I think last night they got raided and lost their liquor license.
Damn.
So there's not going to be any alcohol at the event.
Is the blue wall in the parking lot okay?
That's actually roped off because there was another spree.
Right. They actually painted that wall green, so it's not blue anymore.
The food truck, the food trucks all canceled. They all found out about each other. Turns out some people from Reddit reached out to them.
Yeah.
And said that the way we chew is racist.
I thought they canceled because you kept asking them for free samples, and then they ran out of ingredients.
That was the Italian ice truck.
You just bankrupted
They got
them.
mad. They said I was standing too close to the cart and melting all the Italian ice. These are my. They were like, the Vegas sun is one thing, but your girth is generating such an amount of heat.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'll try to bring some Kirkland hot dogs out, and I think if we set up some tinfoil just right, we'll be able to roast those on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have some toothpicks left over from your afternoon.
I needed one toothpick before the show. We ate bagels, and I needed to get poppy seeds out of my teeth.
We ate bagel sandwiches. We ate smoked brisket bagel sandwiches.
Are you sure they weren't bagel burgers?
Coleslaw. Yeah, I mean, according to you. Jesus Christ. And then I saw some basic-ass bitch take. How'd you get me on this? I saw some other basic-ass bitch take that was like, if it's between buns, it's a burger. If it's between two slices of bread, it's a sandwich.
No.
I mean, that's a horseshit take. You can have a sandwich on brioche.
Yeah.
You can have a sandwich on a bagel.
A burger is...
You can have a sandwich on a roll.
A burger is a subset of a sandwich.
Don't get me into this.
All burgers are sandwiches, not all sandwiches are burgers.
I hate to tell you this. I grew up white trash in Florida. I've eaten many hamburgers between two slices of white bread.
Yeah, but...
I mean, everybody's done that in a pinch.
Yeah, but that's not a burger.
It is.
Between two slices of white bread.
And then somebody said
that is a sandwich.
It's only a chicken burger if it's ground up chicken.
That's wrong.
Doom says, "Who cares?"
Yeah, I agree.
I like that we're annoying Doom. He's like, I'm in here every day saying the same thing nonstop, but this is fucking nuts. You guys have talked about this twice.
Doom changed his Discord name today to Doomy.
Yeah,
and
instead of Moody,
and stole my profile picture and put the Doom mask on me. So thanks for that.
I get it. PAA. I think this is. It stands for Political Activist Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They're here in Vegas. All Hackamania all weekend. VI motherfucking P. Okay, so these guys are coming out. They're VIP. They're a local podcast. I think we told people they're going to be able to podcast from Hackamania in the lobby bar area. Please feel free. Kevin Brennan announced that he's sending a spy who's bought a ticket. I'll never guess who. I'll never guess if it was the guy who bought a ticket from New Jersey hours before that show. We may never crack the code. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to sneak in. You don't have to be secret.
It's like the Discord rules.
You don't have to dress like Fat Bastard and glue on a beard or wear some crazy hat.
Yeah, there's nothing to hide. Come in. Enjoy
You're
yourself.
welcome to come in. You're welcome to photograph. He's like, I got somebody down there going to film it all weekend. We're going to film it. 6 cameras. We're going to film it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to film it. It's $19.99. Why don't you sit back and just watch and chat and make fun of it with all the other losers? Or I guess watch your guys stream.
Are VIP the guys who leaked the location before you announced it?
PAA.
PAA, sorry.
VIP.
They're the VIPs, but they're PA. Sorry,
VIPAA.
the two are synonymous with each other because of how important they are.
Don't you guys clip this and be like, they talked about us. We didn't. We don't know who you are.
I
Beat
did.
it.
I talked about them.
I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be fun. There's a shit ton to do. We're going to try to do a show every day while you're here. Like
me and you, like a debrief.
Like today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow.
Okay.
And hopefully Thursday.
Yep. Yeah.
But
that's
then
fine.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It'll be difficult.
Possibly Monday, radio silence from us.
I can do a Monday.
Yeah, I know you can't. You know what? Ray and Pat Dixon are in town. What if we get everybody back here?
And make like Ray sit on Pat's lap,
Ray
like
DeVito,
like a little puppet.
Ray DeVito, Tukey, Pat Dixon.
It'll be so
in
full.
studio. Yeah, we can fit them.
You'll need to push back that pallet wood.
Yeah, it's Inception. We can make this room whatever it needs
It's
to
actually
be. It's a pretty big room.
There's 2 rooms. He's just sectioned off half of it with the pallet wood.
We can fit. We can do it. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Especially if Tukey's like on the ground between my legs, just operating the puppet up by my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's very specific.
Show starts at 24 minutes.
Maybe. We're at 12:40 now. I feel like
I think it's a good guess. I'm trying to.
Good.
I'm trying
Look,
to guess.
The poker stuff's important.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, we're running a very major event that I planned for 6 months this weekend. There's news.
Yep.
I mean, the same way we're not going to ignore Steel Toe, we're not going to ignore Hackamania.
Yeah.
And by the way, none of it's. Oh yeah, they're panicking and trying to sell last minute tickets. You're dumb.
Yeah.
No one's buying. No one. We actually did sell a couple tickets to some people in California today. But like, no one's like. I guess some people might hop on a plane and do last minute. A lot of single lonely men in the DabbleCon.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people who just don't know what they're doing the week before.
Excuse me?
Like people that just don't plan things, they might show up.
Either way, I'm proud of it all. Thank you for being a part of it all, and thank you for allowing me to spew all that out. Okay? I'm sorry. And now we have to get caught up with the dirty work of all the stuff.
Buy a piece of paradise and you buy a piece of me. I'll get you everything you wanted. I'll get you everything you need. You don't need to believe in hereafter. Just believe in me.
Because Nick, he knows me. And he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Nick all my life. And he's been telling me everything is all right.
I believe in the family with my ever-loving wife beside me. She doesn't know about my girlfriend or what Johnny and I did last night.
She's an easy lover.
I love Jake Lloyd. Eat your skinny coach. Eat your way, skinny coach. Jesus Christ. We're doing it, so hit the like button. Thank you for being a member for 14 months. Tim Dransky, 7 months. Let's settle this for Moody. Burger implies the ingredients are ground, beef, veggie, turkey, etc. It's a sandwich. No, they don't. They call a fried chicken breast a burger. They're not.
Anything in burger buns is a burger.
Little Lemmy, thank you for being a member for 10 months. An original Toast Sister. Dill Dog, 20 gifted memberships from this guy. Jesus Christ.
Can we just talk about Little Lemmy? I think she's one of the few examples of the turn being a positive thing. Usually when we think of the turn, we think of it as a negative, like it's something that is bad.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Negative. It's not tripping up the word filter. It's okay.
Negative.
No, you can't say it. Only I can say it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're acting like a real negative.
No, that's not what I said.
Turn your hat around.
What? What do you mean?
Your hat's on backwards. Your pants are around your ankles. You're acting like a real negative.
That's not how you'd act like a negative.
Whoa. This guy keeps saying a lot of words.
But it's a positive turn. It's one of the rare positive turns. That's what I was trying to throw out a compliment, and you're just being negative here. So no, thank you. All right, let's keep going.
Wow. Ran that into the ground. How is this back on?
Answer it.
How is this back on? It's Skakel.
I hope he can hear me.
Yeah, I mean, you guys call me creepy. When last night, because the idiots in the pores in chat, they ruined me calling in because I don't have the hotline number. But the whole show last night was talking about loads and pussy and butt juice and dick juice. I just want to know if there are going to be any broads Friday night for Winter O'Skakel's money. Discount code Hackamania Earl. And I'm from London, too. Do you know what they call cigarettes in London?
Yeah.
Fags.
Ty Rivera's. Ty Rivera's.
I think that's the first call from Earl ever where he hasn't said the word gash.
Negative.
Yeah.
Negative. Donna G, I think what you have been able to pull off for Hackamania is amazing. Thank you for the streaming. For those who can out of 10, have a great time. Thank you for supporting it. I appreciate that. Look, I'm not dumb. It's going to get a lot of hate no matter what.
You haven't seen behind the scenes.
Everything's going to be...
Everything's falling apart. Nothing's ready. It's a real shambles. He yelled at me today. He's so nervous about everything going wrong. That is true. That he's yelling at me. I
collapsed. I actually drove... I got so frustrated at him, I drove into a parking lot that wasn't even where we were going, and I had to just stop the car... put my head down, regroup.
Yeah.
Before we continue. I got a little shook.
He had a walking cry. He walked around and I think there was some tears from his eyes, but he said he was just allergic to weed and that's why it was happening. But no one's allergic to weed. It doesn't
never happened.
No.
Unquenchable Fire, thank you very much. Sharon C. again, Jesus Christ.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
We've noticed, Sharon. Jesus Christ. Shit Show Head Writer Stuttering John podcast. It's getting a little verbose. Maybe think about the name. Member for 8 months. Where's the steel-toed dog? And who was taking care of it while the Imholtes played Train Spotting? Hey, wee Kiwi buddy. Hey, wee Kiwi buddy. Thanks for being Melton's Woods girl. Nice. From Shit Show. And then Corn Diff gifting a membership. Always just a nice guy for Corn Diff.
Oh, yeah, the bitch.
Big fan of Steel Toe, that Corn Diff.
The chair is Corn Diff.
The chair is corn. Joshua Mark says, oh, fucking hell.
I am fat.
Sometimes the short and sweet ones can you?
The stars are aligned. A new host is chosen. Hail unto thee, Patrick Chan Meltonchu. Patrick Chan Meltonchu.
Is this me getting cursed?
Patrick Chan Meltonchu.
Yeah,
have I been cursed?
You're being cursed by the Sonichu medallion.
Now, technically, that we're both on the screen when that happened.
But
so are we both cursed?
He said your name though, and I'm not staying here.
If I do it again, does it undo?
No. It'll double curse.
The stars are aligned. A new host is chosen. Hail unto thee, Patrick Chan Meltonchu. Patrick Chan Meltonchu. Patrick Chan Meltonchu.
Again, it's a little verbose. Who wrote that? I don't like that. So what could happen
That was
to me
anonymous.
now?
Yeah, that was an anonymous person. It means your entire life can be wrecked. It's the turn. It's the big turn. The ultimate turn.
Silence Dugan. Melton got them arrested to sell Hackamania tickets. Right. We were talking about that downstairs today. Like, how is this all led up to Hackamania? I get it.
Carl is so impressed at how big of a work this is. He's got the county working for him. He's got a judge writing search warrants. He got people arrested.
What came out today? Holy shit. Holy shit. Goldsfolds, why does Moody have a South African accent?
I don't have a South African accent.
And beard hides no chin.
You have no idea what a South African accent is.
South African.
Yeah.
South African.
Take your ticket with you and pay at the autopay before returning to your car. That's South African.
R&R.
R&R. Yeah, that's Aussie, Australian.
Thanks.
When I saw my wife being mounted by Squirrel Master from behind, his baldo going in and out over and over again, pumping away with all the fury of a man on cocaine, but not enough feeling in his peen to orgasm, I started to think something was going on between Nick and April. It was a rocky time.
Wow. That is so crazy. Did you do any three ways?
If so, I want you to know that it wasn't a sandwich. If there was white bread involved, it would have been, but since there was butt stuff involved, it's a burger. Remember in Lethal Weapon when that guy said, "But you're black"? Love that guy.
It's a human burger.
Crowdcat, hello. How are you guys? I was an idiot and didn't look at the Hackamania website. Disregard the last email.
It's okay, Crowdcat.
Ghost of Speedy Barnes is telling the truth. Biden took Nick down because he's effective. Nick was set up, and it's obviously Nick is a good man and would never do this. Who's Barnes? Celino and Barnes?
Barnes and Noble.
Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys. Call 1-888. Painkiller. If Hackamania is a total success, do you suppose Kevin and Chad will show you humility and acknowledge its success, or will they deny reality? Look, it is a success. Like, it kind of already is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I understand the shows have to go off and stuff, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun for the people who want to be here. But I'm also not dumb. It'll get panned on Reddit. It'll get shit on by Chad. It'll get shit on by Steel Toe. It'll get shit on by Gino and Kevin. But it will. Like, how could it not?
I remember the last
How could it not?
The last NLO meetup around 10 years ago.
No.
I think maybe about like 30 people showed up.
It was rough, yeah.
Very few. But that was such a nice
Well, we
time.
announced the venue 5 days before the thing. You remember how sloppy this thing was?
It was real sloppy, but it was still a really fun time.
This is a 6 months prepped thing.
But it was still really enjoyable. Like, the people were really cool.
Yeah, I mean, look, as long as the people who come out have fun, but I'm not dumb. There will be a million people going like, oh my God, did you see the bathrooms? You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is.
The same way you zoomed in on all of the seats
of course,
and
how
the
could you
steel
not?
toe
How could you not?
thing. They're going to do the same.
You know, it'll be undeniably better than anything Chad's organized. Like, if we're there and, like, the sound doesn't work when it's time for a show to start, we're in trouble.
Embarrassing. That'd be embarrassing.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
And by the way, this happened at Pottstown with Shuley. It took him 2 hours to get going. So yeah, I don't want that to happen. The last thing I want is any of that shit. So yeah, we'll try not to fuck it up. But I do expect Chad and Kevin to shit on it no matter what, of course. Keel says he's watching from Canada. Thank you very much. Get your stream.
And if anything goes wrong at Hackamania, like, technically, you've got Patrick who's gonna be yelling at me, and then I'm gonna be dealing with that. That'll be a show in and of itself.
I mean, look, I'm trying to have redundancies for anything we can have redundancies for, and that's about all you can do.
Yep.
You know, worst comes to worst, we'll switch to like a one-camera broadcast.
So I'm the Patrick Melton redundancy. If you can't do your set, I need to get up and do crowd work.
Yes. Yes. Right. All right, here we go. Wait, hold on. Are we done? So thorough, Joe Burrow. Am I being groomed? Can't wait till we get to the butt stuff. So yeah, that's what we're gonna finish. We got about 15 minutes more of last night's sex talk with Aaron Imholte, and then we have all the document dump to go through. Just an incredible amount of stuff to go through. So look at this. It's 24 minutes. You win.
Called it.
You win. You win. I mean, just nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed it. All right. Thank you very much to everybody who's given memberships and stuff. Today's executive producer, by the way, is Shane M1980. Thank you, Shane M1980. And I still have not updated the fucking high roller thing because Moody's kept me up all night. Just scratching at open wounds. I gotta say thank you to all these people on this sheet, and then I also gotta thank Spectre and Drive-By and Rover and Provo PM, Bob Levy for life, DK Connor, Sandy Lyle, Jack the Tripper, Brian Kowalazazik, and Clifford. And then last night we had Reels. So, you know, things are getting pretty serious. So that's everybody who keeps giving me money. Let's go.
You ever thought you'd be like a 44-year-old man sitting in a room saying thanks to Clifford and Reels?
I hoped. But I wasn't sure.
This is what you do.
It's been years since my gunt hasn't covered my Franken beans. It's sad and I miss them.
Look, if this gets you to lay off and us to squash our beef, I will lift up your gunt and hold your Frankfurter in my hand so you can give it a gander.
It's a little red dot or something to indicate it was auto-played.
Yeah, I should put something on there.
Well, I mean, don't work on it this weekend.
All right. How about the totals? Do you want me to do like the 24
I need
hours?
you to work on what we discussed today. You're going to spiral me, bro.
Look, I can't put a slur in the super tip name.
Jesus
I don't know why.
Christ.
I don't know why you want me to change the name of the company.
Supertip.gg/. That'll be Gino's URL for his show. Supertip.gg/.
I'd refuse.
We'd not allow that?
I don't know.
That would be turned down?
I would sooner put a Kiki talking head.
Nothing worse than a bloody negative.
Jesus.
Nothing worse than a bloody negative.
You spelled than wrong, but all right.
I didn't spell anything wrong. All right, this is your one call for the show. Make it good. Hello.
Do you think there's any chance that Aaron Imholte is like an Epstein type in the podcast world, and that's how he got on a compound, by blackmailing them?
Absolutely not. No way. No way would Aaron be invited to the like cool group where things can be kept hidden. He gets taken advantage of by people. His wife was stolen out from underneath his hands. He's not being invited to hang out with people. People are inviting him to take things from him.
Thank you, Clifford and Corndiff, for the one gifted memberships. But knock it off. You know, you're interrupting the program.
Stop giving him money.
Yeah. Mr. Doodle got though.
Yeah.
So always a fan of that. Here's Aaron Imholte talking about sex.
So you get him there. I bought her a nice, like, old timey.
Oh, I can't. This is where we left off last night. I had to go to bed because I thought I was hallucinating. We'll wind this back because this is a great starting point. For her birthday, Aaron buys Kayla a bunch of snacks for her bedside drawer. You know, I get it. You wake up in the morning, you go rummaging for a Fireball. Or some salt and vinegar chips. What do you... Stop keeping snacks in bed. And then for her birthday, which was March 9th, why do I know that?
It's everywhere.
Why do I know that? Her birthday's March 9th. He got her a charcuterie refrigerator for her nightstand. God forbid you have to use your legs to get the meats and cheeses.
It's the wrong move.
I've never heard of this, anything in my life. They're just laying there all sweaty, hairy-chested, bare-bodied, feeding each other, you know, cured meats and goat pus. I mean, what's going on? Hit the like button about it.
I hit the dislike button today. Don't hit the like button. Today is all about the dislikes. The thing about it, he's already there doing the vacuuming and feeding the kids. He could have set up a mini bar and then just stocked that and at least made some money off the situation.
Woulda, coulda.
Snacks and things like that. So I thought, you know what?
I gotta go. Okay, hold on. Let's go.
Valentine's Day gift?
No.
What a brick.
What a fucking asshole. I got Kayla Star Trek action figures.
Which ones?
Dope.
I got a con and then some black dude, I don't know. But I knew she'd know him. Yeah, it was a Drew Hill collection. No, it was some Star Trek action figures and then some snacks that she likes for her snack drawer next to her bed. And for her birthday, you know, she likes like charcuterie snacks and things like that. So I thought, you know what?
This is when you need the
hold on,
love of my life. Gorgeous.
I'm doing other stuff. I wasn't ready to pause. You can't just break in.
I'm sorry. We're trying to flow. But like when she says, you know what she likes? That's like prime drop for a raid veto. Like he says it with the same air of confidence and like high classedness, where he's talking about the charcuterie.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm in the middle of doing some other stuff, so I wasn't really ready to have a combo.
All right,
I'm not really listening to you.
We're just doing a show here.
I'm setting up a shot so that we can both be on with the video. So that's what I'm doing. Can I have 90 seconds?
Okay, I thought...
Don't interrupt for 90 seconds.
All right.
Let me just set it up.
Mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch. You saw me looking over. If I'm looking over here, I'm busy.
All right.
You got to look. I'm Aaron Imholte, okay? You got to learn my moves.
Yeah.
This is me looking at myself. This is me doing a chat check.
Sorry.
Myself, chat check. So this is me, Patrick. This is chat. This is me operating the show.
Mm-hmm.
This is me watching something you're watching, and this is me. There's a problem with the broadcast right now.
Okay.
So that's my angles.
I thought you would have set that shot up before.
I didn't.
All right. And then we got
a new camera yesterday, in case you forgot.
All right. So when everyone shows up at Hackamania, you're going to be like, stop it.
Okay,
Don't
you've
start
made
the
me
show.
fuck up, actually. You fucked me up.
All right. So it's my fault now.
No, but I do need you to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I am going to need you to, like, at some point, actually shut the fuck up. You're not, what's crazy is you're not even on camera right now. It's just me yelling. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Tell people about something. You talk. Can I have 7 seconds to fucking get this working? You're on. The camera's on you. Talk.
What do you
You're
want me
on.
to,
Just
what,
talk about Aaron.
What?
You're making this take 10 times longer. Just talk about Aaron. You're on. You're on. Talk about the charcuterie fridge. Talk about
don't
bullets.
worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Fuck. Don't do that while I'm in the middle of yelling at him.
Thank you so much,
I'm
Pat.
panicking.
It's okay.
Hackamania's going to bomb.
Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Don't keep playing it. Get out of my super tips.
It feels really validating.
Get out of my tips.
Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Well, thank
Get
you.
out.
It's so good to hear that from you. You know, because you sit around and you abuse me a lot. And from time to time, I just really like hearing some positive affirmations.
Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thanks, man. It means a lot.
Seriously, talk about Moody. Movie.
Don't
do it. Just talk about him. Go. Do it.
Well, he's setting up a charcuterie board. He's doing, so you were talking about the chat checks and the checks for the camera. We were watching him earlier today, and he was doing this thing where when he's yelling at the camera, he's not looking into the camera. He's looking at the feed of him. He's looking at the camera monitors that show what he looks like.
Talk about something we're going to watch today. Talk about something today. Don't talk about something we're not going to watch. Like, you're like, oh, there's this thing we're not doing right now.
Do you want to
talk about the thing we're watching right now?
We're not watching anything.
Holy shit, you made me pause it to go, this would be a great time for that drop.
Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
This is maddening.
Never has someone had more control over what plays in a show.
The thing is, I bet people watch us and they go like, he's such a fucking asshole to him. Like, why doesn't Moody just leave? I'm fucking around.
This is how it is off camera as well. It's it's all right.
Oh god, I was trying to set this up so we could be like side by side.
Yeah, well, stop trying and start doing.
So give me a break.
All right.
You know, I'm trying to set it up and make my way. I'm like Aaron. I'm playing with new shots. Things could be cool.
Make sure to pixelate it.
Great. People are saying Melton is mean now. You see what you did?
You are mean though. It's just very few people.
I've never been mean in my life. I've never been. This is an act. I actually donate a lot to kids.
Well, some people can't.
What does that mean? I donate a lot to kids. You just glossed over, like even with that, even given that evidence.
Dear Kayla, I listen to the wonderful stories you tell about your love of fine charcuterie. I had a local wood shop make you a custom board with an inlay of both our faces to commemorate the night we made sweet love. I hope every time you nibble on some midnight gabagool, you think of me. Kisses.
Hey, April, I got you more cocaine.
That's the relationship.
I said, wouldn't it be nice to have something to keep all your snacks cool next to your bed? So you can have them there. I bought her a nice, like, old-timey looking 50s Frigidaire refrigerator and freezer for her bedroom. You know, the retro-looking ones?
I love those.
What a gentleman.
Were you trying to, like, steal her, like, to be your own wife? Would you feel like that was your mentality?
Was I trying to... No, it was, some Star Trek action figures and then some snacks that she likes for her snack drawer next to her bed. And for her birthday, you know, she likes like charcuterie snacks and things like that. So I thought, you know what, Kay, sweetie pie, love of my life, gorgeous. I said, wouldn't it be nice to have something to keep all your snacks cool next to your bed? So you can have them there. I bought her.
Wouldn't it be nice to have something to keep your snacks cool?
Very, very cool.
I don't know what that implies. That she keeps hot ham and cheese next to her bed now? Or that, just tepid room temp cheese?
She'll be like, she can't keep ham overnight next to her bed because it won't stay cool.
This will keep the cheddar slices so sharp you could cut cocaine with them. Should you want to? I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have something to keep your... Oh, people are pointing out that he wants to keep her snacks cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice, like old-timey looking 50s Frigidaire refrigerator and freezer for her bedroom. You know, the retro-looking ones? Oh,
yeah.
What a gentleman.
Were you trying to steal her, to be your own wife?
His hands constantly. There's always
He's so autistic
stuff
with
happening.
his hands. I mean, what is that? It would take some sort of
This is it's
behavioral
it's weird contortion to do this.
Psychiatrist to...
He's just uncomfortable sitting there.
Thank you for another one, Corn Diff. We appreciate it.
Would you feel like that was your mentality?
Was I trying to steal her?
Not steal, but
no,
make her fall in love and then make her.
I didn't have to try. She was all over me. One hit of the movie dick. It's more addictive than cocaine, doctors say. That's what a lot of ladies are saying.
This is one pipe you should take multiple times a day.
About the toe cock. Yeah. People can't get enough of it.
Even then, you were from everything that you're saying, it sounds like you were trying a little bit.
Stop buying us viewers. Up to 1,500 for a second. And then it drops down to 900. What's going on? People don't think I'll do it.
They tune in, they see me, and they're like, no,
I
not
get
for
it.
me, I'm out.
I mean, I'm fucking with Nick a little too. But I mean, really,
yeah.
I wanted to get her the fuck out of there. I don't know if
and be with her. And be with her.
We're a little bit sidetracked, but let's go back to the story where you wanted to beat his
real quick. I'll answer.
Right.
I don't know who that lady talking is, but I like her.
That question by saying this.
Great.
Ashton. Oh.
Realistically, there's no fucking way her and I could be together. She's got 5. I've got 3.
Well,
I'd blow my fucking.
It's the story of a man named Moobie who is bringing up 3 very lovely scrimps.
You be willing?
She's got 5. He's got 3, but they only have half custody, so you need to divide by 2. Then YouTube takes their 30% cut, so it's actually just 3 kids.
You have almost enough kids to start your own embroidery shop, and then you won't be so backed up, and you can get those VIP hoodies out. Everybody wins. Let's get child labor working for you. I bet they'd be happy to be showered and fed and work all day rather than me crawling around a cocaine den asking for applesauce pockets.
Pouchies.
I wanted to get her the fuck. I made too many promises to too many people who have helped pick me up off the floor from this thing, who would dump me in a heartbeat, drop me
Fair
flat.
enough. But at that time, you would have.
At that time,
you would have, right?
At that time, I would have jumped in front of traffic for this.
There
woman.
we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Her. Absolutely. Absolutely. They came over. One of the first times they came over to our house. We're standing.
Before the divorce stuff happened with April, he was in love with Kayla to the point of wanting to be with her forever.
Right.
It's pretty big.
But I think this is indicative of what we know about him. What we know about him is he falls in love fast. He has to be in a relationship. I mean, the ink isn't signed on paperwork yet, and he is back with a familiar love from his past.
His ex.
And why? He can't be alone. He can't be alone. He needs validation from somewhere. And he got a lot of that from April.
It's a narcissist. Always wants a source of attention. Right now, he's getting a lot of attention as well from people wanting to learn about his story. I guess he needs attention from someone that's sleeping with him or something like that as well. But as soon as that's gone, he needs to replace it with something else. I don't know how he's going to replace the attention from people, though, once they start tuning out.
Do you think... if April wanted to come back for any reason?
Don't think it's happening. I don't think he will. Because it's
Why would you? Why would the damage of a divorce and everything is done now? Like, why not start over? You know she was trash. We know she was trash. You don't want her back. You didn't want her in the first place.
But it's not his decision. It's Ashley that made him break up with April because of the kids. He can't. He doesn't have agency over his own life. Ashley LaRue runs his life.
Yeah, this is the thing we were kind of like guessing at today. The more and more he keeps patting himself on the back for I got myself out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to, extricate myself from this horrible situation.
I decided to do it.
I don't think he did. It was Ashley LaRue this whole time.
He decided to do it the same way that he decided to leave April once she took all the clothes out from the house and left the ring behind.
Yeah, once she left the wedding ring, he dumped her.
He's like, I can't be with someone who leaves their wedding ring behind. This is not going to work for me. So I decided to leave.
All right, more.
Standing in the kitchen, and I'm already not comfortable with the cocaine thing. If I would have known when we started how into blow Nick Rekieta and everyone were, I wouldn't have done this because I had no idea.
I thought he was just like kind of into blow.
Yeah.
Like recreationally into blow.
He knew from November.
Right. Right.
That's pretty soon after meeting him.
It took 1 month for this dude to fuck your wife. Maybe. If she was fucking him while they were out hunting, woo.
But he takes the little bullet, the little container of cocaine out of his pocket, puts a little line down for himself on my kitchen counter, and just takes it up. And I look at him and I go, dude.
Again, not the end of the world. If your kids aren't there, just what? You invited your drug friend over.
But is this the first time he saw him do it?
No. He said I was already not comfortable too much with the cocaine stuff.
And
but
he
it's
did
like
it there. Friendship
you just
ending.
seem like a square when you're like, ugh.
Well, it's either...
Like, how many times do you think you went and did that in your bathroom without you knowing about it? Shut up, nerd.
But also, shit'll get off the pot. Like, either rule it out and be like, don't ever come back here again, or be okay with it.
He wants you to believe he's like a staunch no drugs guy now. So listen how he reacted.
A regular Josh Denny.
Takes it up. And I look at him and I go, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, what? I go, I got 3 fucking kids and an ex-wife who, if she found a speck of that shit in my home, my kids would be gone fucking tomorrow.
Okay, so, again, it's already been in your house.
Mm-hmm.
The very first time, we covered this last night, the very first time you guys ever were watching the Tarantino movie and your wives started making out and Nick ran his hand up your girl's thigh because he forgot you were there for a minute, and they've done that many times before. And then you guys went off into separate rooms and fucked, and then you did coke. That was at your house. That was at your house. You did coke at your house with April. That was at your house. So then he puts down a line on your counter and you freak the fuck out? Why?
It's mixed messages.
It's not even the first time he's done it there.
Yeah.
So why are you doing this? Dude, 1 speck of that in my house could get me fucked. No, you've done it before in your house. Your admission. It's so unnerving. It gets so fucking depressing to hear him just constantly contradict himself.
And he better not check April's purse. That's going to be full of... This is going to have something in it.
Don't ever bring that shit into my house again. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I get it. No, I'm a lawyer. I get that.
I'm a lawyer.
He didn't say I'm a lawyer.
Don't ever bring it into my house again. Even though, again, this is at least the second time we know.
And what does I'm a lawyer mean? Like,
right.
So don't worry. I'm an engineer. I know what you do. I'm a dentist. I understand about not bringing things to places.
So
sorry, that's funny. Okay, good.
I mean, did a great job of showing up for traffic court, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks. My State Farm bill fucking appreciates it. But
his insurance
so then fast
is fucked from April. Just
yeah. April's gotten a million speeding tickets going back and forth between her husband and her boyfriend's house. By the way, so is he.
So does he.
And so does Nick. They've all got many speeding tickets this calendar year.
What speed? I thought they were on cocaine.
Forward a couple months
Hello.
later.
Got him.
Got him. Got him. I'm walking around downstairs. My kids are there. No Rekieta kids are there. My children are there.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just walking around checking on them. You know, what are you doing? All this stuff. I think I had made waffles that morning. And I was cleaning up from making the waffle.
We get it. You're a mom.
I hear Nick yell, April, we made one for you. It was it's coming from upstairs.
They're
And I'm
also
like,
making. I don't know they had a waffle iron upstairs as well.
Yeah.
well, I know they ain't making fucking muffins and shit.
Good one, Moobs.
And I walk upstairs. You know that feeling where you go, don't be right. Don't be right.
Yeah.
Don't be right.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Please.
I'm walking upstairs, and I see the mini safe that I know the cops eventually confiscated one day open on my bathroom, my bedroom bathroom counter, full of drugs.
So,
I didn't yell it.
They're dragging a safe around with them. They bring their safe.
Yeah, I
to
think
the
it's
house
like a
with them.
tool chest, like a.
Who brings a safe to like?
I don't think it's a safe. I think it's just their little drug box.
All right.
I don't know. Either way, it's like a little handheld one. I don't know.
How ironic! It's called a safe, but it's full of hard drugs.
Nick and Kayla.
Again, like, what's the safe for? If a guy breaks in with a gun, are you not going to open it for him?
It's just a heavy.
It doesn't make any.
It's a heavy bag. Like, use a bag.
Do you think there's a law? Like, if the cops break in and you have a safe, they're like, rats. We'll try to come back when it's unlocked.
At least they're being responsible.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even. What's the safe do? Are you gonna shoot? I guess you reach under your bed and grab the AK and hope that some of the bullets haven't been shot yet. I mean, what's going on over there? Why were there spent shells in the carpet?
That's weird. It's weird. And a gun just loose on the ground.
Like, you know, if you look around that room, there's bullet holes somewhere. You just know.
Yeah, he
Like,
would have.
why are there spent shells?
Yeah.
So right then and there, the kids were downstairs. I didn't want to cause a scene.
Also, your gun's gonna be useless. It's gonna get dusty and jam. You're storing it under your bed. You just toss it under there. Good luck when you need it.
I walk down the stairs. I go, April, could you come into the kitchen, please? April comes into the kitchen. I'm irate. I go, I told them to never bring any fucking drugs into this house, and they have.
Did you wag your finger at her like that, queer? April, I told you.
Did he say that? Is this the same visit where he saw Nick take the line off his counter, and then Nick went upstairs and made more cocaine for April, and now he said, I told them never to bring them again, but they were already there that time.
Right.
So they didn't bring them again. It's still the same time from which they brought them.
I don't know. He kind of goes, no, and then one time.
Right. I don't know. It's all mixed.
But he never brought his kids around them. That's ridiculous.
Have the entire container full of fucking coke, and they said they just made one for you, so you had to know this was going on. And she looks at me.
Why did you use your radio voice?
She goes, oh, I had no idea, but you're right. That's bad. I'll go talk to them.
They brought
not
a safe?
angry, not irate, not, hey, my 3 stepkids, who I claim to love more than life itself. Not like, get the fuck out of here, you lunatics. It was, oh, I will go talk to them. Like she was HR, going to discipline someone for smelling a lady's chair or something.
Yeah, Aaron is the person to be dealt with out of this relation, like this polycule.
What I love is that he doesn't understand how she was so dumb to be tricked by him. But it's like, hello? Like, she had a boyfriend in a factory and started cheating on him because she met you at a radio event.
Mm-hmm.
You tricked her into thinking you were some fucking, like, broadcast legend celeb.
And then
what? And by the way, April, this is how dumb April is. She's like, not only is he the biggest broadcaster in Minnesota, now I'm the co-host? What is happening? You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works at all in a real radio station. You don't just suck the guy's dick and hang out with him in a garage while he does his Twitch show, and he's a major broadcaster with lots of...
But then she was able to see, hey, there's this other guy that has an even larger following, and I get to be the corner demon.
How did he trick her?
Yeah.
How did he trick her? Hello?
Hey guys, it's Goro.
Hi, Goro.
Hi, Goro.
Hey, you know, it's funny, after years of avoiding Steel Toe, now I'm like, oh, what's happening with Steel Toe? This is all very interesting.
Yeah.
One point that I wanted to make was, after listening to all this, you can find out April and that Nick guy are the ones that kind of were probably into it the most, because that Nick guy gets a young vagina that has not had 5 kids, and April gets to be with a YouTuber that is successful. So Steel Toe and that Nick Rekieta's wife just ended up kind of with each other, but kind of getting the raw end of the deal. So I could see how
the way Aaron talks about her is that you know, he was in love with her and she was amazing. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear Moody. I don't think,
but it was also his idea to go.
I cannot hear Moody.
It was Moody's
But-
idea. It was Moody's idea. Apparently, to like. What?
Yeah, he claims that it was his idea.
He claims it was his idea. The whole swinging thing, Mooby.
Yeah, I think that's just something that he's putting on to not seem like a complete cuck. And I'm not saying that to really disparage the guy, even though there's a lot to disparage there. In a way, I do feel bad for him in this whole thing, but at the same time, it's like this is how he's getting his revenge, is to make the show out of it. You know, it's like, well, I lost my wife, I look like a cuck, but now I get a little bit of ratings and a little bit of attention, and I don't even fault them for taking it.
Yeah, I get it. I got you. Well, I'm glad you're back into him. Thank you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
He's only interested in that attention. Like, that's the thing that's driving him forward. And there's nothing to feel sorry to this man about. You feel sorry for his kids, for his ex-wife, for anyone else that's like brought into the situation. But he's loving this. He doesn't feel sorry about anything. Like, behind him, it says, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Like, he's memeing about a very traumatic situation that he's trying to milk tears out of his eyes at. Like, he's doing everything.
Everyone who's on his side, everyone who's on Mooby's side, you think he's like changed man, or two things. You're dumb and stick around. You don't have to believe me about the first one, that you're dumb, but just stick around. Just stick around. Even if it's to stick it to me and tell me, see, Melton didn't have a clue what he was talking about. You'll see.
Oh, thanks. I got this blouse from TJ Maxx. I found it behind the chocolate-covered peanuts.
You want to make people hate his golf shirt? It's a Tiger Woods-esque golf shirt.
I'm a little kitty cat. Meow, meow.
Thank you, Donkey Lips. Saint Toe, he had always said he doesn't like the feeling of being on drugs. How do you think it would be if Aaron didn't enjoy drugs? He claims self-control. I think he loved the drug. I think he loved fucking somebody besides his wife for the first time, feeling some passion, because April had been dead-eyed for months, and he wouldn't have stopped if his wife didn't catch. His kids ratted him out. It's funny. His kids ratted him out, and he ratted April and Rekieta out.
Yeah.
That is what happened. So
we'll get into it.
He didn't have self-control. Ashley LaRue got told by the children something's wrong over at Daddy's house. We don't want to go to Daddy's house anymore. April doesn't love us. Her eyes are dark. They're black like doll's eyes.
Yeah.
We don't like April's powder. We're done over there. Kraut Cat. Aaron is such a narcissist. He truly believes he's good at lying. He ain't.
Yeah.
He ain't. Radish.
I didn't know that drugs were bad. Why would anyone even think that? Sorry.
Alcohol is not a drug. Is it Papi, Chad? Leck mich doch noch einmal extra genau, Chad.
What the fuck?
I wanted 2 drug boxes, not 2 toolboxes. And Aaron never confronted Nick about the drugs. He's a spineless bitch.
Yeah, Aaron has 2 toolboxes. We're actually talking about that right before the show. The new LaRue was Kayla LaRue all along. Holy shit. Out of nowhere, a third contender enters the room. Moby and the scrimp. He fucked it
Didn't
up.
have the scrimp at the end.
Crowd Cat. Louis Anderson looks great. Why did he change his name to PPP? Is that some sort of gag I'm unaware of? He has really let himself go. All right, I don't know what's going on with the phones now. Hello?
So for the one thing that I don't think is being talked about enough is the fact that Mubi has not mentioned at all or let it be known that he has any embarrassment about the fact that his last name was on the credit cards that April got caught with. Like, it's his last name, too. It's not just hers. Like, if that happened to me, I would be deeply, deeply embarrassed.
When you're going through a divorce and you're getting a new job at a house and you're becoming addicted to new drugs and you're getting new dick and the ink on the papers isn't even signed yet, you don't really order new cards right away.
He did mention it, though.
No, he mentioned that he's still paying her cards. The company is still paying her cards.
He said he was embarrassed. He's like, oh, God, it's my last name. I'm seeing it everywhere.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
But he did mention that.
He loves it.
I've listened to so
I
much.
hate seeing my name everywhere. That's why I bought a billboard.
But I've listened to way too much of this, man.
Can we get them a billboard, by the way? Is it time? Thank you for calling in. Appreciate that. $1,000 we can get a billboard in their city.
But what do you need a billboard for anymore?
Don't worry about it. We'll just put their mugshots in NLO.
He's the biggest billboard for all of this. Like, you don't
put their mugshots and Nobody Likes Onions YouTube QR code on it. We bring people to the truth over here.
Do you think people in St. Cloud know how to use QR codes?
No, they'd have to get higher res cameras first. $10 from Teamster Tim. Aaron is a psychopath. He gonna lose them kids.
Yeah.
What he did today is double bad. If you add everything he's done up to this point, what he did today is so bad. And he deleted the show. Of course, everyone has it. Yeah. We're all going to go over it. Holy shit. He's so dumb. He can lose his children over this.
Darling Kayla, when we first met, you told me all about your love of hoppy bitter IPAs. I made you a custom steel toe beer koozie with a custom iron-on message. Happy when it's hoppy. I hope you think of our beautiful love making every time you slam a dogfish head.
April. Cocaine. Cocaine here. April. Cocaine. Cocaine. Cocaine.
He's just waving a little.
That's the difference. And Movie thinks he's not a cock.
He puts in so much effort, and then.
And by the way, it's not like Kayla left Nick's house and ran over to Aaron's.
Nick doesn't even need to be.
Nick's with Kayla. Kayla's with Nick. Kayla's not going anywhere.
And Nick doesn't even need to be fully conscious in order to do his side of things.
Movie treated Ape like a child. Of course she strayed. I agree. But look how he treated Kayla.
Darling Kayla, when we first met, you told me all about your love of hoppy bitter IPAs. I made you a custom steel toe beer koozie with a custom iron-on message. Happy when it's hoppy. I hope you think of our beautiful love making every time you slam a dogfish head.
April. Cocaine. Cocaine here. April. Cocaine. Cocaine. Cocaine.
He was
here, April.
He was. Aaron was courting Kayla, but Nick was just
right.
Yeah.
Nick was just recalling his slam piece. Crowd Cat Billboard Fund. It's gonna take more than 10, but I think it would be. I think it'd be funny. We'd come up with something.
100 more of those.
Surf. Okay, what am I reading? This gets me more Coke, right?
Sat try.
Surf. Okay, great. Come to Hackamania.
Promo code Tuki.
It's gonna be so fun to just go back to the show and like really chronicle what we knew with dates and timelines with every day's show.
Even if there's no more steel toe ever produced, there is enough to keep going for years.
That's
into
what,
all of this.
It's so stupid that like Melton was hoping for her their divorce and hoping for all this. I really wasn't. I know nobody will ever believe this. I wasn't. April on the show was gold. Him telling us April was magic was gold. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm just calling what is. It's like Gino now and him now going like, me and Keanu are great. We're magic together. We do a great show, me and Keanu. You don't. And why are we still listening to this idiot tell us what's good? Him and April were magic. What they had was worth fighting for. They did the most dynamic morning show in America. He had flights of fantasy back in the early days about it being a national morning show syndicated around the country on the FM dial in cities across America. Then that movie and the scram. April and Aaron Imholte in the morning. No, it's dog shit. Gino and Kiki are lying to themselves that they think Keanu and Aaron are good. Shut up. It's like, it's fine. I get you don't want to insult your wife. It's not an insult to your wife. No. It's an insult to Aaron's chemistry with her. It's non-existent and it's dog shit. And if you want to just like make everybody feel good, you heard him. He got confronted with it. Why did you tell us April was good on the show? She wasn't good on the show. He goes, what do you want me to say, man? She was my wife. So we get scammed and we get a shit show for 3 years because you don't know how to have a conversation with your wife. You don't know how to look at your wife and just admit.
I've made a huge mistake.
Why don't you start looking for jobs? This isn't working out. Ratings, the new ratings book is in. You don't carry water. We're going to have to let you go over here at the toe. No, just just run your show into the ground. Check the graphs. Like, fuck. So now we're like, no, but Keanu and it's way worse. What world are we in? It's way worse. It's not close. It's not even close. At least April liked you.
Yeah, they had a good time, but Keanu's just
just there.
But she's fun. She you can watch some of her shows and they're entertaining to a degree, but put her against Aaron.
And then Gino, Gino, the guy nobody asked, they're actually really good together. They are not. You're delusional. Again, she thinks you're smart and you think she's hot.
But Gino's
yelling at people for handing out her nudes. She hands out her nudes. But you're dumb. You're dumb. We've all seen her nudes.
Gino also says that Aaron never lies. He just tells the truth. So, I mean, you can't really
100% of the time.
Yeah.
and Keanu doesn't have any problem with those stats. Hello?
Yeah. Hey, I get the sense that Ashley is goading Mubi into admitting everything. Oh, honey, I've got your back. And she's going to spring on him, just taking the kids away completely.
He's so dumb because he just thinks no, we're good now. I was honest with her. She forgave me and we're all good. It's again, these things don't have a statute of limitations. In a year, she could gather all these videos, go to court after an argument they have about anything. Him being late to drop off 1 week, his new girlfriend, his new marriage that we all know is coming before December 2026. I predicted it.
Somewhere in the LaRue
that was
house.
Before I met Kayla.
Somewhere in the
Would you want your 3 kids with somebody this poor judgment? And he just keeps saying, my ex-wife has been, wait for it, remarkable.
And they can do this thing where they're like, we never spent a dime on cocaine, so, we didn't waste the listeners' money. You wasted, you guys, again, have, for some reason, you both work and live in the same house, but we're paying a $980 truck payment for April. The company is? She doesn't know where to get stamps. Why does she need a company vehicle? Again, he thinks you're dumb.
Somewhere in the LaRue household, there's a USB stick just full
of shit.
Of video clips of him talking about how he should be in jail, how he let the kids around the drugs, that he should have been more attentive.
He's already said they were going over there 4 to 5 times a week. That's why he was always tired in the morning. It's why you didn't get good shows. And you gave money anyway, and then he spent that money on gas. They were driving separately in gas-guzzling trucks. They both have big trucks because they're both big steel-toe guys. They're both out on the job site getting things done. You got to drive over mountains of snow when you're steel-toe.
They have to get the big trucks because, you can't have, the small stickers fit in a regular-sized vehicle. To fit a steel-toe sticker somewhere, you need that flatbed of a 4-wheel drive.
So embarrassingly cringe. So they're spending gas. It's an hour away. They have gas-guzzling trucks. They're filling up their tanks. They're driving separately. We know each way.
April, I need you to suck me. Aaron, I need you to slurp my balls. Lady Rackets, I need you to feed me Coke while they are double-teaming my Franken beans.
Mubi, don't fuck this up. Suck those balls and taint. I need this lateral move. I need more scrimps.
Right.
Wow, April, you're working my legal shaft so good. Aaron, you dumb bitch. Pop a testy in your mouth and lick my asshole while you're down there.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm remarkably good at cleaning assholes. Sorry about your balls. I will plop one in my mouth. Legally salty.
Oh, God, I'm going to legally come. April, get ready for my legal cum. Aaron, hurry up. Mop up my starfish. I need to climax perfectly with your wife on my hard.
Fucking
Lady
hell.
Rackets, you stupid cunt. Where is my co-scene?
What's my co-scene?
The point is, as much as he wants to be like, don't worry, we never spent your money on drugs, listeners. They spent it on hash browns and gas station visits and gas and SpaghettiOs. He already admitted he went out and bought her a fridge and charcuterie and snacks and other gifts. So it's like none of this went to anything show related. Like, imagine how much gas. Imagine how many hash browns. Imagine how many bags of Celsius and Nas energy drinks and raspberry pumpkin spice Red Bulls. And like, just Jesus Christ. It never stopped with these idiots. That's expensive, taquitos. Taquitos. Comments, Moody?
No, I agree with
about
you.
the servo? Do you guys say servo?
I know what a servo is, but I don't say servo.
Gaylord, member for 7 months. The DA isn't gonna have to do shit. Just get a membership to the toe. That'd be very cool. It's only $6.99 to become a junior toe bro. Just a junior toe bro.
The .22 Cal spent casing. Cops recovered from Nick's BDRM next to his semi-auto rifle is a poorman's chamber flag. Equal sign, a visible reminder that a gun is empty. South African pal should know this. They loves guns down there and need them bigly.
Jesus.
Americans that are gun ignorant are a disgrace.
I've never heard of somebody using a shell casing as a flag that the gun is empty.
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't
know what those.
I never heard about that. I'm gun ignorant. AA in the morning. I think Kayla would make a remarkably good co-host. Look, I know what I said about April, but that was before I met Kayla. Not only is her body slamming into the ground, she's remarkably good at radio. Look, she comes from a background like me. She gets it. She's an old radio school guy. What? Robbie Z, 1973. I think April got out of this easy. I can only listen through your show. And if I had to live with this guy for a week, I would have carved Robbie Z was here after day 2. Like Brooks and Shawshank.
Yeah. Open the right beside drawer, charcuterie fridge. Left bedside drawer, waffle station. Top dresser drawer, Kirkland Max salad cooler. Bottom drawer, air fryer. Walk-in closet, karaoke bar. Stow the bed to reveal a compact steel toe merch assembly table.
You missed the dresser full of sex toys in their room, because that's a big feature.
Why did I miss it? What do you mean?
Oh no, this person, Baloney Factory, talking about all the like different things in their bedside tables.
Oh yeah.
You didn't talk about the dresser full of sex toys.
Hey, buddy. You know, I got this old boomerang.
Hold on real quick. He was making up stuff. So you're mad that he didn't mention something real in the list of made up stuff?
Yes.
I just had to check.
Yeah, okay. Well, it started off real. Right bedside there was
like
a charcuterie
classic
fridge.
joke structure.
Yeah. But it was
And it got more and more.
It was just about food.
Hyperbolic and
Look, I just have high expectations of the Baloney Factory, and this is
it got absurd. And then you're like, there was also something in that police report you didn't mention. There was lots of stuff. There was lots of stuff.
It didn't get as absurd as it
There was
could
lots
have
of
got.
stuff.
All right.
Nobody said it got as absurd as it can get.
All right. If this is what you want to settle with for your fans, that's fine. That's not.
So
that's
out
on
of
you.
nowhere, I said
that's on.
you're
That's on
arguing-
you. That's not on me.
But out of nowhere, you went, it could have been more absurd.
It could have.
No one said it couldn't have.
It could have. I'm just saying,
No one said
don't
it
half.
couldn't have.
Why are they half-assing
What was that a
it?
response to?
They don't need to half-ass it. They could go all the way with.
Yeah,
either
but where
truthful
is
or
this even
absurd.
coming out of? We were talking about something totally different.
All right.
We're talking about how he left something out that
Yes.
was realistic.
And you're like, no, but that.
But you want it to be more absurd, but you're mad he left something out that was realistic.
I'm just mad that.
Which, what are you mad at?
It sounded.
What are you mad? Apologize.
To what?
To the listeners. You're like, he left out this real thing that was in the detail of the report. I'm just saying it could have been more absurd.
Because you're saying
It could have been more absurd if he'd mentioned more real details.
No, you're saying
he should have played more real details.
You're saying that the whole thing was absurd. I was like, it's not absurd enough.
Okay, we're gonna mute your mic.
All right.
People are telling us to fuck and get it over with.
That I've been trying to throw away for years.
Let me replay it. Let me replay it. It's bad.
Hey, buddy.
Click anywhere on it.
You know, I got this old boomerang that I've been trying to throw away for years. Yeah. The son of a bitch just keeps coming back.
That's pretty fucking funny, bro. You know, I too have an old boomerang, but I usually just throw it up my ass when I'm sad.
Hey, buddy. You know, I got this old boomerang.
Why is it playing again?
Because you hit repeat.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
I can see it.
I skipped it.
It's green.
I skipped it.
All right, I'll unclick it for you. There you go.
Nobody clicked it.
All right, I saw it was clicked.
I didn't click it.
Hey, buddy.
Who's playing it now?
I'm not playing that.
You know, I got this old boomerang.
Right, stop.
I'm not playing it. That wasn't me.
Nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol.
Cocaine?
I find it hard to believe she only did cocaine. She definitely had to do more than cocaine. When Moody leans his head back, he looks like Daniel Day-Lewis playing the tard in My Left Foot, just saying, no offense, all black.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
How chamber flags work. Chamber flags are bright pieces of plastic or silicone that may be red, yellow, or orange. They are inserted into the open, empty chamber of a firearm and stick out slightly as a visual indicator that the chamber is empty.
I know what that...
A portion of the chamber flag actually plugs the cham.
Yeah, I'm talking about the spent casings. As a chamber. Okay, I can't. You know,
I think I asked what a chamber flag was.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All you losers out there paying for coke. Psst, I never pay for blow, baller status, wherever the toe rolls. You like domestic prosciutto? How about a little Italian food? Got a fridge next to your bed? Didn't think so. I'd tell you more, but I don't think you're ready for the lifestyle.
That's right, Toe Boy. You tell him. Have another line. April and I just have to check something in the bedroom. You're so alpha, bro. Hey, while you're out here being so cool, how about you rustle up some grub for us? Be back in an hour after I towel down.
Nick is like so slight and effeminate. The fact that he had to just look down on Movie the whole time, like cucking him. Amy Elizabeth, April's car payment is more than child support. Yes. Yes. I mean, that's what the word is. Call me crazy. I mean, they both have like giant new like Silverados. Yeah, 3 children. He's paying $800 a month, but April's truck payment the company pays for. Again, I get it. She's got a long commute to Nick's. And they did do a show over there once, so how do you both not buy a new truck?
She is their live-in nanny / gamekeeper.
I get it. They had to drive separately all the time. I get it.
She does that. I'm fucking losing my mind. I go downstairs to be away from everybody. And to come and console me from how angry I am, who do you think would come down to talk to me about this?
Kayla.
Ruined it.
Oh, see, I would think my wife would come down to console me and talk to me about this and figure out what was going on. But yes.
Yeah. Well, it's like Jim Norton's thing where he's like, dude, I got such a good deal on this Rolex. How much do you think I got it for? And you're like, $12. So he's like, no, 600, but fuck. He just like fucking just shit on their parade. He's like, and who do you think came down to comfort me? Kayla.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say.
We have a read of the situation.
We've seen the whole story, yes.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a remarkably good storyteller. How did you see that coming?
Yeah. The dear, sweet, lovely Kayla came down, tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry.
Again, he talks. He calls April like a bitch and a cunt and a selfish, and you never cared about the kids. And every time he talks about Kayla, he's like, my darling, my lovely, my baby doll,
the perfect woman.
Wrong. I apologize. I forgot. We're so sorry. You asked us not to.
And how is this making the karaoke neighbor feel? You know, the married woman that you were hitting on last weekend.
Well, he needs to now find a new wife so that he can swing with that karaoke neighbor.
Oh, but he doesn't have anyone to offer.
He doesn't have anyone to offer.
He didn't respect that and blah, 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 blah. Made me feel better a little. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We'll continue on with our day. I go, but that fucking happens again. I'm out.
Okay. I did find some coke in my 4-year-old's nostrils. We'll continue on with our day. But if his pupils dilate if her pupils dilate too much, God damn it, Matt.
Out of here. Now, in that moment, I should have been done. It should have been it. Before anyone goes, oh, Aaron's just a rat who thinks he's a saint. No, I fucked up. I failed.
What was that noise? That must have been Keno.
In that moment right there. But then I go upstairs into the middle floor. I go to check on my youngest, the 4-year-old.
The middle floor. It's one of these, Minnesota has these houses that are like these tri-level, like, it's like basement, ground level, like, you know, like
an attic.
Yeah, but the attic is really, it's not an attic. It's a second floor, but it's really like,
the roofs are all
it's
slanted.
like it's 3 floors, but there's like an in-between floor, really. So it's like the third floor is on top of the first floor, but there's like off to the side, like there's like a middle floor. Right. It makes, it's weird. It's
3-year-old. And by the way, before anyone goes, should you really be telling these stories? My ex-wife has been such a fucking trooper. I have talked to her about I've come clean to her about everything. She's been great. She's just glad that I got, our children out of there and everything else.
Why would you tell her the story about the 4-year-old? Why would you tell her that
Why
story?
would you tell this story out loud ever? Why would you?
Yeah, why would you give that ammunition to anyone?
Yeah.
Sorry, they didn't idiot. The spent casing is used as a chamber flag. The 22 cal casing shell is wedged into the chamber invisible. You own a gun. I suspect your handgun is as real as your wife.
I mean, I don't put chamber flags in my gun. Yeah, I guess. Fuck, I've been exposed. I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Sorry, I guess. Steve C., how much does second mic pay? Patrick, can you please make the sand fag cry? Fag. Sand fag.
What?
He's getting around. He's wrote fag, but F-A-U-G-E.
Right.
You're a sand fag.
Like it sounds like
it's a
he's
racist
written
term.
phage. Like a gauge, but with.
Well, you can distract from the racism, but we know you're hurt.
I'm just gonna cry.
Probably.
Play a loop of me
That's what
so
co-hosts
that I
do
can cry
in
behind
this universe.
Yeah.
I go up to the 4-year-old to check on her, and I see a.
Are you okay from almost having cocaine? My 4-year-old didn't know what it was, but I went to check on her. Are you? You don't know how close you were to dying. You better go tell mommy.
Navy blue container, right next to her. And I pick it up.
Oh, this is when he found that. Okay.
And in my head, I'm just going, it's bubbles.
Now, if anybody's ever seen a cocaine bullet, how would that be bubbles? There's usually a part that's transparent. And also, like, you've seen bubbles, right? They don't come in a little bullet-shaped container.
It's bubbles. It's gotta be bubbles.
Maybe they accidentally switched the container of cocaine there with the container of bubbles. And when Nick went upstairs...
Container of bubbles is like a plastic,
yeah, but
like...
Nick went upstairs. They were just making bubbles for April. And this is
April,
all...
we made you a bubble.
We made bubbles. And then this is a huge misunderstanding.
It was our waffle and bubble weekend.
Yeah, and...
the kids were doing bubbles. Yeah. All of them? Your 10-year-old is doing bubbles?
Bubbles. The kids are playing bubbles.
Oh, no.
I walk towards the kitchen. I start unscrewing the lid, and I'm audibly out loud saying, no, don't. Full of cocaine.
And if your kid would have got that, it would have been a bubble wrap. For her life, you know what I mean?
It was the bullet, right?
It was the bullet.
He left it in the couch.
He was sitting on the couch watching something.
On
and
purpose?
It just sat there. No, it just fell out of his pocket and sat there next to my fucking 4-year-old.
After the story I just heard is you stole Nick's cocaine. Nick was sitting there, and the cocaine was sitting there, and then you took it. He's changed the story now from Nick left cocaine near my kid to Nick was sitting there.
And then
But he's saying was like past tense.
In the couch.
He was sitting on the couch watching something.
On
and it
purpose?
just sat there. No, it just fell out of his pocket and sat there next to my fucking 4-year-old after I'd asked him not to bring this shit into my house.
And the first time he tried to run his hand up my 4-year-old's leg, I was like, whoa.
So didn't
I can't.
He's from like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game of baseball, but there's a concept of 3 strikes, and this was strike 3. Nick was gonna have to be out of here.
We're done.
Yeah.
By the way, this is why fuck this guy. Bury him under the jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop paying attention to what I did now. Back to him.
Wait, it was next to your kid?
Respect me a fucking wink. Didn't bat an eye. What's that, Andy?
It was.
He didn't respect me a wink. First, he fucked my wife.
Next to your kid?
It was next to my 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
He could have killed my kid, but he didn't. He didn't. You sound like the Jews that got out. We could have died. You didn't.
PPP hates him.
It's
just he hates it so much.
I yelled for April to come down. I said, April, and I just held it out like this.
Did he have his head behind?
Holding it out like, tell me what I'm looking at. Tell me what I'm looking at isn't what I'm looking at. Whenever the thumb is forward, I've heard that's bad. I've heard the thumb forward is not good. I just held it out. Excuse me. Excuse me.
And she goes, oh my God. I go, yeah, April, and I just held it out like this. And she goes, oh my God. I said, April, and I just held it out like this. And she goes, oh my God. I go, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew there was cocaine in this house 3 days ago. And I knew there was cocaine in this house last night. And I knew there was cocaine in this house this morning during waffle hour. But what is this? You have cocaine in this house while we watch The Three Amigos? You know it's my favorite movie. Hello? Hello?
That's my favorite movie.
Hello? Hello? You got a lot of nerve. We're closing phones because you're all too dumb, and there also is clearly something wrong. I can't. I don't know what's going on with my sound.
I fell asleep in the other room. I awoke to loud screaming and moaning. It was Nick. I rushed to the door to try to save him, but the door was locked. I got down on my hands and knees. I peered through the keyhole. I saw my 2 soulmates, April and Kayla, shoving a bottle of Smirnoff up Nick's ass. I bang on the door. Please let me in. Yeah, I guess I'll go downstairs and start making breakfast. Who wants some fluffy baby pancakes? I've turned my tragedy into triumph. Look for Aaron Imholte's Rekieta Babies this fall on NBC.
Rekieta Babies. Rekieta Baby. The Unknown Gambler. Aaron is a tool that's not very cool. Subscribe. Yeah, good point. Subscribe, I guess.
Oh my God. Everybody out now.
Do you think
and I give it to her.
This is how he presents his divorce papers to April?
April.
Yeah.
Runs it
Everybody out.
I send a text.
I hope you have a pen that you haven't taken the middle out of and used as a straw.
To where I go, I want everyone out of the fucking house. I could not be more upset.
This is about handing the divorce papers to April.
And
yeah. So
I go out to the garage. It's Minnesota. It's chilly.
I don't know why this is funny, but Dage said, I bet Aaron can't sweat.
And
That's why he's so angry.
I'm sitting there. I got a blanket on because I'm just thinking, like, how do I not go and kill Nick Rekieta? Like, how do I not fucking beat this guy within an inch of his life? I'm not going to make a scene in front of my kids.
How do I not unleash these weapons that are 0-2 that were beaten by an 18-year-old boy? How do I not give him a taste of what for?
Wait, he went everybody out now, right? He ordered everyone out of his house, and then he walked outside to the garage and got a blanket and sat there.
And rocked.
What are you
Just
talking?
gently rocked.
Kick them out of the house. What are you doing? 'Cause you haven't kicked them out.
But the animalistic part of me was like, just pummel him. Just
beat the shit out of him. You can hide a body. If he can hide a bullet, you can hide a body.
beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Kayla comes out to the garage. Again, tears in her eyes. And I said, Kayla, this is it. Like, it's got to be that shit or me.
Bye. An ape's coming with us. Oh, shit. That's way easier than I thought. Ape, you want to get the stuff?
Out of here. She goes, no, you're right. It has to stop. It's done now. We have to cut it out. We have to be done.
Maybe when Rekieta was upstairs and he yelled, April, we made you one, he was talking about a home.
Jesus Christ.
It's got to be over. This is too much.
Zing?
Got him.
We could have killed one of the kids, blah, 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 blah.
We could have, but we didn't. The one you never wanted is still there.
This is
a good effort.
This is like a scene from Trainspotting.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. April goes upstairs to be with Nick.
She doesn't like you. I don't understand what you're... She started fucking him, and you're like, this is okay. And then she went upstairs to, like, check on Nick, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? When you were inside of her spinning around like a margarita machine you rent from a party rental service, I was fine with it. But if she's going to go check on you, fuck. It's when I knew it was over. It's when I knew it was over, not when he was spinning her on top of him in the other room while I warmed up 8 bowls of SpaghettiOs for kids that aren't mine, including Emily.
To make sure poor Nicky's okay because he feels so bad about almost killing a 4-year-old. Kayla and I sit there playing board games with the kids the rest of the afternoon until...
He said, everybody out now, then went to the garage, sat there with a blanket, and then he went back inside. April went upstairs to console Nick, and he started playing board games with Kayla.
They just cut a bunch of straws up and played toots and ladders.
They have to leave. April never once comes down to say a word.
Fuck. It's almost like she doesn't like you.
I go up to say goodbye to April. Nick and Kayla have left for a little while.
Coke run.
For a little while. Everybody out now. All right, we'll be back in a little while.
I go upstairs to tell April I'm taking the kids. She's sitting in the shower sobbing.
Holy shit. And I was like, April, we have a show in 4 hours. And another one in 8.
Somehow, this has all become my fault because I was mean to her and I told her to leave the house. And how dare you do that? And Nick's really sorry, you know.
You know what's crazy is that after all these wild weekends, they'd have the busiest schedule ever because they do a Sunday night members show, a Monday morning, and a Monday night. It's just in 24 hours, it's 3 shows. So, like, after partying all weekend, that's rough.
Yep.
April, be ready. 7 p.m. Sunday. Like, oh, God.
No wonder she looked rough all the time.
Yes. April, don't forget, we've got to be on air. Get yourself together.
It shows how little authority he has in anything he
He'd
says.
be like, I wish you would come down and be here on time, and I'm going to have to be a boss today. Yeah, she was already gone.
He says it with all the authority that he told Citizen M to stop mentioning April and drugs.
Bosses don't sit in chairs in the corner. That's not how the pornos go.
You're going to fucking make excuses for him after all this shit. Took the kids back.
Also, like, what is this pose that like non-tough guy? It's almost like they're holding themselves back. You better. You grab the table and then lean over yourself like, I better not find out you're. It's like, what are you? You're pushing yourself away while you lean it. I know that I would. That's not how I would end. It's like, okay, that's not tough, but all right.
The rest of that whole night is a blur because it was a disaster. It was filled with fights and screaming and yelling. I know Kayla threw a
pomp and circumstance.
Fight and screaming. His kids are there. They're gonna go back to Ashley And tell her that Daddy and April were fighting.
Yep.
Fucking drink an iced tea from Popeyes in Nick's face.
And Kayla, another part of domestic violence.
Product placement. He threw a delicious cold sweet tea from Popeyes.
Available for a
right
limited time.
Yes. Back for this summer only. Now in passion fruit. Ridiculous.
I know that Nick started hitting himself again like a fucking ape. Oh, I got to tell you
He's hitting himself like the what is it, like the guard in Monty the French guy in Monty Python.
Yeah. He was just drenched and glistening in the delicious tea.
Baseball bat story too.
Go ahead.
That was the bullet. That was the bullet story.
Tell us the baseball bat story.
The baseball bat story.
We're out one night. This is where I got to be like Sting. This is exciting.
Exciting.
Okay.
We're out one night. We're coming back. And it's pretty well understood that Kayla and I are going to go upstairs when we get back. Nick and April can do whatever it is they do.
Dibs. We would always have this game coming home from the sex shop where we would yell dibs on April or dibs on Kayla. Shotgun, Nick would call it because of his
of the
gun
shells.
collection.
Because he has the shells on the
Because
ground.
of the bed we were fucking on.
But Nick has this weird thing where he wants Kayla to say it. Like he's texting her, "What do you want to do when we get back?"
Hold on, I thought he only used Signal.
Yeah, he's doing it in the group Signal chat.
It's already been established what's going to happen, like what's going on.
I thought you knew. Look how weird he looks.
And Kayla's like, "Oh, we're going to go hang out upstairs." Who's weird? You mean me or you mean Aaron? And she's like, "Well," and then it starts this big fight.
Like
they start fighting about it.
BlackBerry.
Yeah. When he texts, there's a physical keyboard. You can tell.
Text.
No.
Because he wanted for some, I don't know if it's a sick, weird thing that he's got where she needs to say.
No, you're all very normal. This is very cool. How forward thinking.
That she wants to fuck me. I don't know what it is. But it ends with April and I are upstairs and we hear shouting in our front yard. Which is fucking embarrassing. You don't want your neighbors hearing a fucking domestic in your front yard. So April and I go out there.
You want them to hear the domestic from inside the house.
Right?
That's where we have our
children
domestics.
crying.
Yeah.
Bullets flying.
Nick is yelling at Kayla
and the
going,
weeping from the garage.
"Hit me! Fucking hit me!"
Yeah, it's just I went and got a blanket, and Kayla came and held me, and that was nice because I'd only been held by April previously on my breakdowns, so that was nice. And I got to work immediately on a steel toe reborn t-shirt design. This time it's Kayla.
"Fucking hit me! Fucking hit me!" He's screaming "fucking hit me" at Kayla. Yeah. And I get Kayla separated from him. April gets Nick separated from Kayla.
I run and open some SpaghettiOs.
And I go, "Hey, get in the fucking house. Enough with yelling." And he looks at me. He goes, "Aaron, you better get the fuck away from me right now." Now, I go about 6'4", 215. Nick's about 6'2", 140. I just got right in his face, laughed at him, and I go, "You're not going to do shit." And then I walked in the house.
Yeah, you've got an 00 record. I've got an 02 record. Who has more experience?
Right. The only difference between you and me is I've been beaten the fuck out of. I wouldn't want to take my chances if I were you.
House. He's losing his fucking mind.
Don't
so then
make me hold court.
Kayla gets back in the house. He gets back in.
Looks like everybody's holding court now.
In the house. Boom. They just start into it again. Just yelling at each other. Just blah, blah. At one point, Kayla says to him, and I think she did it to trigger him. I don't know if she was being serious or not, but Kayla says to him, "Every time I've ever had sex with you, I faked it."
Whoa.
He's loving taunting. All of this is about just getting back at Nick. He doesn't give a shit about any of the people involved here.
Yeah, this is Nick embarrassed him privately, so now he's got to embarrass Nick publicly.
Yeah. and make himself look as good as possible. So
But-
he's the tough guy in the situation, and Nick's getting embarrassed.
Aaron's so dumb, he doesn't understand. It literally, we're all standing around watching going, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Like, this, none of this makes you a winner, Aaron. And your body language gives it all away. This is how he feels. This for weeks, this is how he feels. I mean, he can't stop hugging himself and touching his face. He can't. You'll never unsee it now that I've said it. He can't stop doing weird arm stuff, hugging himself and rubbing his face. Watch, mark it.
You also only get one of these stories with a group of people.
Right.
Like, if any of your acquaintances or friends acted the way that they did in a portion of one of these stories, they're not coming around again.
Right.
Really?
Oh, he lost his shit.
Well, what did he say to that?
He fucking lost.
Why are you hugging yourself the whole time you tell these stories? Again, I want you to try to say what he says while you hug yourself like that. He got up in my face and he was like, dude, not cool. It's like, this isn't what your hands would be doing while you said that. Try it. I told him, like, let's go. Let's go right now. You're putting yourself in a straitjacket. That's not how anyone acts when you're, like, confident.
I think my theory about that is that it's a tell for lying. Every time
He's part of it, but like he does it a lot when
this.
he's vulnerable too. Like, I mean, it's a known like covering your midsection is just a known vulnerable thing. But then you couple it with that like stroking the arms.
The vulnerability
like,
is from like being exposed, and he's coping. You
oh
know?
God! Like, and he never stops.
He's screaming. He's screeching.
But it's not only that. Like, he just has a lot of like really weird hand and arm quirks. It's like he doesn't know what to. He's an alien, and like that part of his programming didn't download, so he never knows what to do with his hands and arms. And it just like when AI draws hands and arms, it fucks up all the time. So like that's what's happening.
All the things I've ever
hold on.
heard anyone criticize Nick over, questioning his sexual.
Like, who does this? Of all the things I've ever heard Nick doing, questioning his sexuality, is not, like, this isn't the movement for that. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, that's not the movement for those words. Yeah, and I would just tell Nick, you're like stupid and you're questioning your sexuality. Yeah. It's like, what is this? Like, watch him. It's so odd. No one else does anything like that.
He's screaming. He's screeching. Of all the things I've ever heard anyone criticize Nick over, questioning his sexual prowess set him off more than anything else. You could have said he was a cokehead who neglects his kids, and he would have went, well, I've read some articles that say, actually, when you do coke when your kids... You're better.
He would...
That. The only thing I ever heard was April once said to me that Nick told her, I've never heard Kayla make those noises before. When he was downstairs and they were upstairs, the night he couldn't perform and we were doing Snow Angels, I guess they had to hear us, which I don't take.
Now, what is this Snow Angels thing?
So they were doing this thing, which he describes as really gay, of them running outside, making snow angels in the ground, and then running back inside. And they did that like 2 or 3 different times. And it was just a lot of fun. It was a moment of pure childish ecstasy and joy.
Clearly they were on Molly.
He says they were on love.
Like the temperature change when you're on Molly that is like people love that. Get hot, cold.
He says they were in love. Like this was.
They were on love.
They were on love.
Got it.
Yeah.
Today's Steel Toe full ep is still on Rumble. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. It's on Facebook and Kick too. Anybody has that. North Idaho Pest Control. Nobody likes Aaron. They just really hate Nick. Even Red Bar knows what a chamber flag is. I know what a chamber flag is.
I didn't know what a chamber flag was. I think this is all.
I just never put a spent case. I've never used a spent casing as one. And I don't use chamber flag. Like I don't have a need for. I know.
But keep donating money, telling us that we want a chamber.
I'm sorry,
flag
I'm not even sure. A chambermaid? What is that?
A chambermaid? She cleans the toilet?
I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can write it. MMC1, how small would the bubble wand have to be to fit in the Coke bullet? The bubbles would have to be the size of spit bubbles. That's the other thing too. If you're talking about like a little bubble thing with a wand in it where you take it out and go, and then a little thing of Coke with like a little spoon where you like that, that's not a bullet. A bullet is like you twist it to open it, you tap some out, you close it. Like you don't do it. You can, actually, there are bullets where you can like put it into a separate chamber and do a bump from the bullet, but you would never. The cocaine things like in Cruel Intentions, the chick wore around her neck, the cross, and like she would unscrew it and pull the thing out and like do a bump off the little scoop. But that's not a bullet. So like if you're mistaking a thing, you pull out a wand and blow bubbles, or pull out a thing and do that. Like I wouldn't call that a bullet. That's not really a. Sorry to get technical about my Coke stuff. Do you get me?
I understand what you mean.
I don't know I don't know if you're here. Just mentioned Sandburgers, and Muhammad argues chicken and ham.
What?
Just mentioned Sandburgers make Muhammad argue chicken and ham. You're Muhammad.
Right.
Goldfold said, I thought South Africans knew about guns. Sad.
Okay. They probably do.
A chamber flag is what you put in a gun to signal there's no round inside. A chamber fag is what you put in your house in place of the two women in the house because they're busy with you and you're aggressively opening their arguments. Mooby is my chamber fag.
Oh, God.
Pride in that. That's not good. I feel bad. Like, that's not something you want to hear. That's a terrible thing to have to experience. But April told me after, she goes, yeah, Nick said he's never heard he's never heard Kayla make those noises before. And hey, look, that feels good. So they're fighting, and then
what an embarrassing story for Mooby.
Right.
So embarrassing.
He just keeps taking
He has
these
to
L's.
Tell these stories. He's fessing up, saying the most embarrassing.
He doesn't want to have to do this, but he feels like he owes it to God.
Guys, I'm not. Look, I'm not God's gift to women. People are saying that, but I'm not. That's not who I am.
I'm not a hero. I'm not a good dad.
I'm not. That's not who I am.
Come on.
Stop saying that.
Come on. Hit subscribe. PayPal. StreamYard.
I mean, different parts out of context. At one point, Nick says to Kayla, I'm sorry, I'm just not a good enough lawyer.
Wow.
It's like, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck?
He doesn't practice.
None of these stories end in him being humiliated.
Right. Except all of them. Because
like,
his wife is fucking...
Yeah. They're like, if you dig into like playing out what these scenes are, it is humiliating.
The whole thing he wants you to forget while he tells all these stories is that Nick took his wife. Yeah, it's got to be embarrassing for him, hearing us down there giggling. He didn't hear. His ears were pinched closed between April's thighs, doing the alphabet with his tongue. He doesn't care. He has both of them. They're probably all together right now.
And I'm sorry, this is the only way I can make a living for us. She was talking about how much she hates his show. I hate you.
Again, what's more embarrassing, Nick Rekieta's streaming lifestyle or Aaron's? It's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I guess one endangers children, but so does this one. Again, if you think Charlotte Imholte, Louis Imholte, and Emily Imholte are not going to go through a rough time at school because of their father on the internet, I mean, especially now.
They just Google
I mean, this is
stepmom's
fucked.
name.
This is fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when you do it. I hate what it's done to us, this and that. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm not a good enough lawyer. And I'm like, Jesus fuck. And I'm sitting here, I got a show in the morning. I'm like,
Guys, I got a show. You always have a show in the morning.
I want to fucking go to bed.
Guys, I've got a goal.
Jesus Christ. Because April and I are upstairs.
Remember when he said that nobody could do a show like he does without being full-time because of all the prep?
Well, it's the last 6 months have been prep for this show.
Yeah, but he's been saying, like, no, we have an awesome show, an amazing show. Last night's show was great. Tomorrow's show's even better, but today's also might be better than both of them. It was always like the best show, the best show, the best show.
Genuinely concerned. I'm just sitting here going, this is fucking retarded. April and I are 8 years apart. There's a lot of shit that happened where I'm just like, guys, this is embarrassing. We're 40. And April would be like, no, this is serious. We need to talk about it.
Again, you picked her.
I've never heard more people reference killing themselves than this group of people when they're high and like drama happens.
Really?
Oh my God. April's like, you have no idea when we were getting divorced. I wasn't around the kids anymore, which by the way, she left the kids without saying goodbye, left me to have that conversation. So fuck you and your attitude towards the kids.
Fuck you. Now. He seems worried still.
It's so amicable. It's such an amicable breakup.
It's all amicable.
Using it when it's convenient for you when you're not.
I believe that was before I met amicable.
You know, but she goes
amicable.
I can see a black family naming their daughter amicable. That's a pretty word.
It's a good name. It is.
I've asked Nick to kill me.
My name is Amicable Williams.
So many times. It's like, well, then you guys all need to go get help because that's fucking insane.
She's asked Nick to kill her. Wow.
Oh, and then Nick.
She asked Nick to kill her.
Does this motion 5 times a day when he's fighting with Kayla or he's frustrated about something.
Maybe he's anorexic.
He got to
How
point
often-
it up.
Huh?
He points it to the back. He needs to point it up.
Does he hit himself in the head like a spasm?
I saw it 3 times. I saw it 3
Just
times.
3 times. Yeah.
You saw
So-
it, yeah.
Amazing.
So now, Nick, then they start fighting again. April and I go upstairs. We're like, this is fucking exhausting. I finally hear yelling again. I go downstairs. He has Kayla cornered in our half bathroom in the entry. You know how a house where you'll walk in and there will be a bathroom right away, just a toilet and a sink right away that people can go into? He's got her in one of those smaller bathrooms, and he's
A half bath? You know how there'd be like a bathroom with a sink in it in a house? I don't know what they call them. A half bath.
He's got her up against the corner of it, shouting at her. Now, I'm a big enough dude that I can handle a Nick Rekieta with one arm. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't know what he's on. I don't know what the deal is here. So I go out into the garage and I get a baseball
You know how there'll be like a room with a toilet in it?
bat. I put it between the two of them. I push him aside and I go, get the fuck back.
my
He's
God.
so
now,
cool.
Now I gotta
He's
hold
so
on. I gotta
cool.
fix the chat again. Now I'm getting people going like, half bath means no shower, dummy. Nope, that's a 3/4 bath. Actually, do you want to do this?
I have fractions of a bath.
By the way, with no tub is a 3/4 bath.
If you have a half bath, you can't. The water would just spill out of it.
A half bath is no tub or shower. A half bath is a toilet and a sink.
You need a total bath in order to.
There's 4 things in a full bath. Yeah, a tub, a shower, a sink, and a toilet. So a toilet is a quarter bath. A toilet sink is a half bath. A toilet sink shower is a 3/4 bath.
Right.
And you add in a tub.
And if you add a second toilet, does it become a
And they're
1
saying
1/4?
Same thing. It ain't. There wouldn't be different.
Can you go above 1? Can you have
Yes.
like 1 1/4?
Yes.
If you have like toilets facing each other in there.
Yeah, if you have 2, a lot of people have 2 ovens.
Yeah.
It's a 1.25 kitchen.
Is
A lot of people
this real? Like,
Yeah, a lot of people have 2. No, me. A lot of people have 2 sinks.
Some people have 2 wives.
Yeah. Ooh. And some people have none. Some go wee, all the way to the
home.
garage.
Yeah.
So Kayla comes out.
And Nick goes, and he walks around the kitchen beating himself in the head. And then April looks at me and she goes, you didn't need to bring that baseball bat in, you know. I'm like, a fucking 6'2" man is standing over a 5'2" woman. She's crying. He's shouting at her in the bathroom. You're right. You know what? I should have broke his fucking ribs. No, I was fucking Kayla and I went upstairs and I talked to her a little bit. Nick,
it's so lucky that Aaron was there to save the day with a baseball bat. It's so nice that he was there.
Yeah,
What
I
a
mean,
hero.
He had a lot of choices of weapons.
Look, some people will use the word hero to describe him, but he wants you to know he's not a hero.
He's not. Save
He's
those
not.
prayers for the children.
Anyone would have done what I've
Save
just
those
done.
thoughts and prayers for
I
the
only wish I
kids.
could have done more.
April consoled Nick, and then I was like, I got to fucking go to bed. So Kayla went down and talked with all three of them. And I got a couple hours of sleep.
Okay, I'm going
to... You know how I told you that I was a complete gentleman?
He waves it off. He's like, Kayla went and spoke with all three of them. They're all concurring with, like, they're all speaking with each other about, oh, isn't it crazy how Aaron came down with a baseball bat? They're not saying, have we learned our lesson from what Mommy Imholte has told us.
The lovely, thoughtful gifts for her birthday.
Yes.
Well, Nick thought that we should buy April should buy her a sex toy.
If you get Kayla a fridge for her charcuterie on the nightstand, I'm getting her a Foreman grill on the other nightstand. I swear to God, I'll get her a bagel slicer. I'll get her a microwave oven. I'll get her a food processor with some sort of attachment that also makes yogurt.
I love that Aaron's gift to Kayla is about what he does in the relationship, which is food related
right
stuff. And Nick's present to April is about what he does in the relationship, which is sex toys. Like
what?
It is like
Right.
both of them.
Well, what Aaron
he's telling you about what they all do in that polykill.
I feel like what Aaron looks for in a woman is she thinks he's neat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because once the show was done, April and Aaron had nothing.
Yeah, he's
so
nice.
What Aaron looks for in a girl is like, she thinks I'm cool. And Aaron is steel toe.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Aaron can't be with a woman who doesn't know about steel toe. And it has to be like into steel toe. So like, Kayla thinks like, oh, you do a show and it's not about like drinking and law? And he's like, yeah, it's like a cool, fun show. And she's like, whoa. And he probably told her, like, we get, 50,000 downloads a month.
Our numbers are so high right now.
Yeah, we're actually charting. If you zoom in on Social Blade far enough, like down to 5 minutes, we're actually beating your husband.
Don't listen to Melton. Don't listen to what Melton has to say.
Anything that comes up like with my thumbnail that looks bad, don't
Google onion. Don't Google my name and onion after it. That's I just thought that he went over to the Rekieta's house and he couldn't help but clean and cook and do all of that stuff, right?
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. But when he's at his house, April does all of that stuff. He doesn't, like, after they split up, he was talking about he's doing the laundry, he's cooking, like, those, as if those were new things he was doing in the house. So it's like a hierarchy of.
And if she was their nanny, now she was going back and forth doing all this. Goldfolds, a fat redneck from Lakeland is Home Decor Pro. Home Decor Pro. A fat redneck from Lakeland. Oh, you saying me? What? I don't understand what Home Decor Pro is. What is that a reference to?
I don't know.
It's all very confusing, everybody. Beloved chatter, Aaron's that kid on the first day of school bragging about how cool he was all summer, like Napoleon Dynamite hunting wolverines in Alaska. Sure, movie. Yeah. But when you really drill down, he just got a pocket full of tots. No, I made those for the kids. The kids were hungry. The kids were starving. North Idaho Pest Control. What do tubs have to do with chamber flag? Oh, we were saying the home decor because the bathroom, but it's like, no, that's building code. That's not even home decor. Decor is decor is short for decoration. So whether there's a shower or not isn't decoration. You don't go, nobody's going down to Target and picking up a shower.
There's people coming around quick, put the shower up.
Can we put out the good shower? I'm a big decor buff. Cirrhosis of the River. Member of 3 months. Aaron's ex could ask for supervised child visits. She could ask for none.
Yeah. And
she could be, remember that time April kissed Aaron and his lips went numb from cocaine, which never happened? I mean, do you understand how that would have to happen? You don't, because you've never touched the
She'd
stuff.
have to be eating cocaine. She'd need to be
have
cocaine
to eat it and then
it.
baby bird it back into his lips like dip.
Right.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like even when you rub cocaine like in your gums and stuff, I guess they do over time, but that's like repeated. Spectre and S5 gifting 10 memberships. Very, very cute.
The toe and the bat have spoken. Fighting stops post haste. Nick, April, get upstairs and start humping. Kayla, baby, make some bed snacks. I'll be right. Charlotte, put the cocaine down and go to bed.
Oh, that's dark.
Are we out of Swiss in the charcuterie fridge?
Away from pure pleasure for her birthday. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. Did I ever tell you that Nick brought a St. Andrew's cross to a hotel?
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Wait, what?
Okay, go ahead. Explain.
Thing, you know, the St. Andrew's.
The sex cross?
First time we ever switched partners.
Okay.
Nick wanted to show off his big sex cross that he had, so he fucking packed it with him when we went out for his birthday in Minneapolis. Like, he brought this big fucking sex cross and then put it up like it was normal. And, like, there's a lot of red flags here as I look back where I went... And I should have fucking gotten the shit out of here a long time ago.
No shit.
When there's a giant sex cross in a hotel room, and
what
is
was
the
going
sex
through
cross?
your mind when he unveiled the sex cross?
What is the sex cross?
I can tell you, quote, what my thought was in my head was, why the fuck is there a giant...
It is a St. Andrew's cross, I think, is the name. But they all just keep calling it the sex cross.
You tie people onto it.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Sucking fucking sex cross in the middle of a hotel room.
And then did he fuck your wife on the sex cross?
No, he didn't.
No.
Imagine.
That's not how April is.
Imagine a series of choices you've made that lead you into an interview where someone legitimately asks you, did he fuck your wife on the sex cross? That's a humiliating, like,
sum
of choices.
From Woods girl to Hoods girl, the April Imholte story.
But nobody got fucked on the sex cross that night.
Can I ask?
That night.
Always
April
a qualifier.
April became quite a pro.
There's a qualifier all the time.
She also was good at the pommel horse.
What is the sex cross? What is
like,
it?
You know the Bolton family sigil in Game of
There we go.
Oh, it's Game of Thrones.
Here we go. Here we go.
Thrones.
Sure.
Kind of like that. It's the X.
Man.
And then
So you put somebody
like,
on it. You put some.
Shit.
How weird is it that a safe full of cocaine is the second weirdest thing you bring to a hotel room?
He used to tie her to it and call her Reek.
But tell us about some of the other degenerate sex toys that he owned. What else did he have?
I remember April and I walked into their bedroom once, and they were clothed, but they had their sex swing set up, and they were like, "You guys."
Well, OSHA was paying a visit, and they were making sure it was up to code.
Want to try this? And we're both like, it's a little, little sudden.
Yeah, can you explain?
Put a carrot in my butt first. It's a little sudden.
It's a sex swing.
Yeah, just you sit in it. As Kayla described it to me, she goes, "No, Aaron, I sit in it and you fuck me."
Did you fuck her in the sex swing?
I didn't do the sex swing.
Why not?
I would always get hard, and then we'd think about setting it up. The time was never right. And then by the time we set it up, enough of the cold metal bars had bumped into my rod, and I'd gone salt from the cocaine.
We were already swinging. I don't need more puns in this.
Just the opportunity never came up.
I don't know. April never toweled off the equipment. It was always just a bunch of flop sweat in the bottom of the seat. April's quite the squirter.
Well, it was right.
So is Nick, by the way.
Right there.
No. They set it up. And they took it down after, they showed it to us.
They're not crazy. They were just showing it off. Plus, there was no room to keep it set up next to the fridge.
It wasn't always up. It's not
the whole bedroom sounds like a circus. It's drug safes and swings
and bullets and charcuterie.
Sex crosses and fridges full of cold cuts. It's like a Subway. It's like a gym. Do you want that toasted?
You walk in there our kids walk in and there's a.
So they hung it on a fucking chain or something, right?
Andy, don't you ever show off your sex swing for your friends?
Yeah.
Oh God, there we go. Fuck.
Wow.
We got through it.
There's more. There's like 40
Oh
more
yeah,
minutes.
yeah. And today's show is worth a watch, I think.
Yeah.
Not right now though. We got to take
We've
a break
got
because we want. First of all, hit the
papers.
like button. Let them know. Let them know. We got a lot of documents. Some that just came out today.
Mm-hmm.
What just came out today is the application for a search warrant. It's basically everything that led up to them being able to go into the home. But we also got the incident report. Now, I think the incident report is probably chronologically first.
No. Incident report happens after the search
These are the
warrant.
charges and stuff, but it also kind of relates to like what led them there. A little bit.
No, the search warrant does more of that than the.
Yeah, no,
incident
I didn't say which one does more.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it again.
All right.
I'm not saying one's more absurd. All right, so what do you want to do first? The search warrant?
I think the search warrant.
The new?
Yeah. And then we go into. Because it contextualizes some of the stuff in the incident report.
Now, again, I wish this would have been emailed to me so that I could put it on the screen, but you decided to airdrop it.
Sorry, I wanted to use my iPhone.
So what would happen if you emailed it?
I could have.
Like now.
Right now. You want me to email it?
I mean, do not take more time. I can't believe you're not like actually working while you're doing the bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it. You know, how am I supposed to show the people?
You can email it to yourself.
How? I don't have it. It opened on my phone when you airdropped it, but now I don't have it. Where'd it go?
All right.
Where would that go?
Well, there you go. It is now with you.
Now, send it to my other email. I'm kidding. Do not. What email did you send it to?
I don't know. I just clicked Patrick Melton and it went to you.
This is why we can't have nice things. Can you set it up now? Go. It's all on you.
All right. So there are two.
Hit the like button. People say don't be mean to Moody. I'll end it. I can't even.
So there's two.
Moody's done a lot of work on this. He's gone through it. He's made notes.
Yeah, I've read through it.
So we're gonna respect it.
So there's two things that were released today. One is the application for the search warrant, and then the other is the granted search warrant. So what was presented to Nick when they got to him. So the application for a search warrant has all the information that they would end up giving to the judge to be like, hey, give us a search warrant. Judge looks at that and says, yes, it qualifies for one, or no, it doesn't. So there's a section here called case background, which gives some information about what's going on, who the people are, and all of that. There's addresses and things in here, but this is all pretty public now. It doesn't really, I mean...
I don't have it. I'm still waiting for the email.
Still?
No, I'm fucking around. Yeah, I don't want you to stop the show. Email will come.
Patrick at nobodylikesonions.com.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the email will come. You're the only one with the thing, so read it.
You've got it in front of you as
You're
well.
You're holding a phone. The thing is on you. You've researched it. Present your thing.
All right. Well, should we start going through?
I can't. I'll put it up the minute I have it. Start the show. Read the thing.
All right.
Fuck.
So
people will go like he probably does beat him. I don't.
You come close.
It's weird how it's not in all inboxes, but it's in. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking scream. All right, go ahead.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, the warrant.
No, this is the warrant.
I'm gonna put it up. Read. Don't call things out in the studio that are mistakes. You're not caught up. Read. Fucking read. He's gonna blow it. No, that's not the. I know. I just fucking got it. That's the one from last time. I know. I fucking know. This is my Perry Caravello.
You said search warrant, but I'm saying no. Let's start with the
I'm
application.
putting it up
for the search warrant.
I'm putting it up.
It's just there's 2 documents in this document. You were mentioning the wrong one. Hey, maybe instead of just looking irate, you could bring it up on the screen.
Start. Just start. Do what I've asked you to do 7 times. Start the presentation. Just do it. Don't worry about what's on the screen, what I'm downloading, what I'm opening, what I've got going on over here. I'm doing more than you can imagine. Do the one thing I've asked you to do. Just fucking do it. I hope your headache's gone.
It is. All right. So the section I want to look at first is the. Do you want to?
I want you to fucking do it. I'll follow your lead. Present it. Shut the fuck up and read. Just start. When you say the section I want to look at first, I'll catch the fuck up. Read.
Oh man, people are gonna think I'm
just
losing.
Fucking read. What the fuck?
He's yelling louder than me. He's winning.
Please start. I'm serious. Like, what's going on?
All right,
just start.
I will.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
I was gonna start. All right. So, case background. On May 16th.
The section I would like to start with it's titled, you were saying, and then you abandoned it. So now I can't catch up. So the section you'd like to start with is titled...
Case background.
Thank you. I'll catch up now.
I said that.
I'll fucking cut a bitch. I'll cut a bitch. Bring me a bitch. Oh, God. I really am. I'm doing my throat no favors.
This is how he burns his calories.
It is cathartic. I just love it. My dog is so confused. Okay, so where is it?
Second page, case background.
Why are we skipping to that?
Because
your instincts are... Yesterday you made me skip 10 seconds. That 5 minutes later you were like, well, we skipped it, so I can't really talk about it, but if you wouldn't have skipped it... Oh, the 10 seconds you told me to skip, you were like, well, it was incredibly boring. It was 10 seconds, and now I need to know it. So was it? You're referencing it now. You're calling back to it. So maybe we shouldn't have skipped it.
Yeah, it's
well, it was 10 seconds. It was imperative we skipped that. Right, yeah. But I also need you to know what was in those 10 seconds. What takes more time? Right. What takes more time? Skipping the 10 seconds and you explain to me what was in it and why I need to know it? Or let's just watch the 10 seconds. And then his answer to that was like, it was a boring 10 seconds. What was it? I have a headache now. Do you understand what's just happened? It's transferred on me.
What? Why?
Because I have a headache from screaming. I'm surrounded by fucking idiots. Why are we skipping the beginning? Because the address? Be honest. Is it because of an address? Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Is this why? Is this really why? No, be honest, because you won't say the word Emily.
No.
Out of context of nothing, you won't say Emily. Say it.
Emily.
Say Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Say Aaron Imholte, Charlotte.
Aaron Imholte, Charlotte.
Say Charlotte belongs to Aaron Imholte.
What are you doing?
Wow. So you think slavery is possible? That's not a sentence that even makes sense. People don't belong to people. So say Charlotte.
The reason we skipped it is because there's really nothing in the first page and a half apart from them saying, "I believe that there's controlled substances here."
So why don't we go over it? Here it is on the screen. Why don't we just go over what we have?
Okay.
You know, we're not skipping anything anymore. You suck at it.
All right.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
This guy is I don't know what he is. He's a police guy.
Quinn Pomplin.
I don't know what his rank is.
Yeah, I think a peace officer just means he's a cop.
Right. So he's applying for the search warrant, and the reason he's doing that is because of the bolded text there, which is, I believe that the following describe property and things, namely controlled substances, including methamphetamine,
Hold
cocaine,
the mic up in front of your mouth for
or any other controlled substances prohibited by law and paraphernalia commonly associated with the sales uses of controlled substances. Items that would show controlled substance use that would not qualify as legal drug paraphernalia. So basically, he's just saying, I need to go there because there's drugs in the house.
And then it describes their home. They need this for like when they roll up.
Yeah. What the house looks like. And then all the like constitutional stuff and the background of the people that are there.
Why don't we skip to case background?
Because case background starts talking about the Rekietas. And that's
No, I said why don't we just skip to that?
Because we're done with skipping.
Don't worry, Moody. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
I don't like this. That's gonna get pinned. All right, here we go.
Right. So they're rocking up to their one. The reporter indicated
They're rocking up?
They're going to their house. The last sentence of the first paragraph is the reporter indicated that 4 people from their church had gone to him reporting neglect to the children, possible controlled substance use, and a questionable relationship with an additional couple. So the reason that they're going to get Nick and Kayla is because 4 people have told them that the children are being neglected and there's also drugs and another couple that they're swinging.
I just think it's crazy that their birthdays are all in December except Kayla's.
Yeah.
Like what is that? What's that star sign? I'm not a cosmetologist.
I think it's Sagittarius is near the end of the year.
Can we get some sort of like star sign analysis? Of like
with all of them?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, but isn't it interesting that, like, it's turning out that April's kind of a narcissist?
Is she?
Kind of, in a way, when she starts this, like, you've all ruined my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess there's a victim element to it there.
But she's got... But she does have a point that Aaron is going needlessly into way more detail than he needs to about everything.
But like again, like all I need to do is watch these people to know, like, Adoy, you married him.
Sure, they've made mistakes, but they could have worked them out, I think, even with all the drugs. But then Aaron made sure that couldn't happen. The next paragraph, all of it's important.
It was reported that Nicholas is a social media blogger.
I love that. I love that so much.
And his wife, Kayla, had befriended hosts from a different local social media blogger. Now, again, Kayla befriended them. Aaron invited him to fill in for Chrissy Mayer on a show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they ran into Kayla in a grocery store and that's how they met.
Yeah,
this is kind of indicating.
I just love the it's saying Nicholas and his wife had befriended the host. It's not just his wife had done that.
Those individuals were identified as Aaron Michael Imholte, Amy for short, 12/24/86, and April Diane Imholte, 12/20/94. You're what is it? You're Affiant?
It's the guy who's making this report.
You're Affiant knows personally that these are personalities of the Steel Toe Morning Show, which used to be in St. Cloud, Minnesota radio.
So
Boy, he doesn't let us forget it.
He's a listen. No, this guy who's writing this personally knows that. So he used to listen.
Right.
This is an ex-fan.
However, as of recent years, the show has been a social media entertainment show, strictly online based. It was reported that the Imholtes may have been staying with the Rekietas and that the home was in disarray
and cluttered. Yeah.
It was reported from a church preschool teacher the children had complained of being hungry, not fed, and wearing the same clothes for 3 to 4 days at a time. It would start to smell.
That is... That's like... For someone to smell because they're wearing the same clothes day to day, it's pretty bad. And Aaron said that they used to go over 4 to 5 times a week at the peak. So they
would notice this.
They'd absolutely notice these kids.
And no wonder, your kids didn't want to play with their smelly goblin children.
You get a SpaghettiO stain on you at the start of the week and it's still there by Thursday. He'd see that.
Another individual advised and reported Nikitas will walk out randomly during sermons at church. Fuck. That's how you know things are bad.
But if that's not something that they used to do and they suddenly started doing, that's notable.
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, who can blame anybody for not being able to get through church without doing a bump or two?
Fair enough.
What did God do now? Let me hear about it. have noticed behavioral changes in him. It was alleged that Kayla looks anorexic and Nicholas has lost a substantial amount of weight recently. One individual described Nicholas as having injection or track marks on his arm. The reporter reiterated concerns for possible neglect and or controlled substances use within the home. Now, I wonder if anybody ever saw him do it at church. You know they like were bringing drugs to do like in the bathroom at church.
Yeah, they'd get just really bored sitting there for a long period of time.
Or if they were like teaching, I wonder if they ever like took a break and a kid saw. Anonymous petition to call their cuddle puddle the polycule. The polycule. It's before I met April.
I would also like to flip Charlotte upside down like a cup holder. It's me, Moody.
Charlotte who? Be more specific, Moody. Who do you want to flip upside down and use like a cup holder?
It's not me that said that.
Can you say Charlotte Imholte?
Charlotte Imholte.
Wow. And what do you want to do with her?
Nothing.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want to leave her alone.
Wow. You neglect children.
Yeah, and I neglect every single child.
Sorry, guys. I'm just hungry. They forgot the bacon on my chicken burger. Oh, they're good. They are good. Cirrhosis of the liver. This is huge news in Lake Wobegon. Wobegon? I don't get it. You yelling makes my hog swell. Thanks, Daniel. Me too.
Yeah, same.
Part of the diabetes.
My hole is still numb from the balloon leaking Fenty.
Prison Pocket says Melton is bringing his sex cross to Hackamania.
Rod Pockets.
That's what they call Kayla and April's traveling road show.
Rod Pockets.
Oh, God, that's gross. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Moody. Hugs and nice other half of the studio. Yeah, you're never going to see that angle.
Well, I lost my temper and I took a knife and do you know those do not remove
Little
under
tags?
the penalty of law labels they put on mattresses? Well, I cut one of them off.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, I have a real bad temper. I'm a loner, April, a rebel.
Oh my gosh, my big strong radio man. Nick said he never heard sounds like that before. Were you crying because you couldn't get a boner again? It's okay. It happens to lots of guys. Go make some sketty and think about wrestling. That always helps.
What if the wailing? Yeah, the wailing you heard from downstairs was just Aaron weeping.
But
about
they thought it was Kayla.
I thought I had a strike on YouTube. Sorry, I've been crying all day. Oh, God.
6 swings, 6 crosses, 6 toys, 6 guys. My kind of party.
Just read the fucking story, Moody. Waiver, we're a long ways from Max Salad and Night Jacket. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Now there's a sex cross and a charcuterie fridge. Like, fuck. And then it all makes sense now. They're like, I had sex last night. You don't remember? Like, all that stuff makes sense now, man. Even if they were like little inside jokes.
They're
Like,
winking at each other.
Yeah, they were all like, we don't love each other. We don't fuck anymore, right? And they were like, right, 350 to the goal. Like, it was all just an act. It was really all just an act. Thank you again, Spectre, for the 10 memberships. That means a lot. Gregory B., the icing on top of this storyline would be if Aaron ended up getting Kayla preggers and would have another oops kid to pay for. I think he's fixed.
Yeah.
I think he's snipped.
Which is why he doesn't use condoms.
Condoms.
Yeah. He cons people into doming it.
He cons doms.
Yeah.
Gregory B., thank you for being a member for 1 year. That means so much to us over here.
Get well soon. We want you to get well.
All right, let's continue.
All right.
Jesus.
This next paragraph is not that important. It's just them talking about the Rekietas, but we're not too interested in them.
You're a fine starter to review the Rekieta's. So okay. You're a fine starter to review the Rekieta's and Imholte's social media blogs. I love that. The blogs are commonly related to the legal issues and high-profile trials of Nicholas as a licensed attorney. Nicholas is known to drink excessive alcoholic beverages on these video blogs. I immediately noticed that Nicholas's appearance in recent months has changed. In videos from 2024 in January compared to May 2024, Nicholas appears to have lost weight. appears tired, overall strung out, common with controlled substance abuse users. Nicholas commonly refers to his studio as his basement in his own residence. You mean his basement as his studio?
He's in his basement. He says, I'm in the basement. Or I'm in the studio. I'm in the He's saying studio and basement interchangeably. Like,
I know, but I feel like it's phrased wrong. It is a basement. He calls it studio. They go like, he calls it studio his basement.
Yeah, they're trying to locate where that place is.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like they phrased it wrong. Nicholas has been the victim of swatting phone calls known to your Affiant and Candy, Ohio County Sheriff's Office because of these calls. When the Candy, Ohio Sheriff's Office responded to these calls, they were at the address of it.
This is a beta paragraph.
While reviewing Imholte's social media video blogs, you should change your show name to that. It's actually catchier and better. While reviewing Imholte's social media video blogs, Aaron recently indicated that he and April are getting a divorce.
This cop started watching at the most interesting time.
Right.
He's picked a good
moment
time.
Aaron said they were getting a divorce, the shackles were off and he began talking shit about April, again in the subtext, in the I'm not doing cocaine, that kind of like shit. So he started listening right then.
He's like, I never said anything about April. I'm just talking about my own experiences, is always the way it's phrased.
Aaron indicated they're getting a divorce. Aaron goes on to say he's experimented with cocaine 3 times and Molly 6 or 7 times in the past recently. On 12/19/2023, the Imholtes broadcasted a podcast from the Rekieta studio, with the podcast being named Live from Spicer. Throughout the Imholtes video blogs, it's apparent that they and the Rekietas were friends and may have recently had a falling out. It should be noted that on the recent videos of Imholtes, April has at times also appeared tired, lethargic, and strung out as well.
Next paragraph can be skipped.
I like it. I just want to read it all.
All right.
In both Nicholas and Imholte's video blogs from the Rekieta studio, it's apparent they are in the same room and the same items in the background, basically saying it's real.
Yeah.
Or not a backdrop.
Yes.
On the 22nd of May, 2024, Imholte did a video blog where he talked about Nicholas and insinuated control. So this is everything we said.
Yep.
When Aaron was doing that, what? I didn't talk about anybody. And April was texting him, shut up. Stop talking about me. Shut up. And Aaron and Nick was texting, kill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all this was going on, and Aaron's like, what? I'm not implicating anybody else. I'm just talking about me. He was exactly implicating other people. This is what this says. All of Aaron's, that week where we said, you're telling on April, you're ratting her out on everything, and he was like, no, I'm just talking about me. It turns out the cops were watching, and Aaron was snitching on everyone, just like we said. Mm-hmm. Another win for the Melton. Another win for the Onion. It's written down here now for everyone to see. Aaron was an informant unknowingly for the action of securing a search warrant.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have got this search warrant without Aaron's expert testimony.
Yes.
Insinuating
Yep.
all the horrible things that were going over there. So again, this is Aaron's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't even need the time to the pastor, which I'm not sure we're not going to do. Just to give everybody an update on that. Wait for it. You know how I knew he was behind all this? The minute he started saying whoever did this is a hero.
Yeah.
The minute the narrative switched from like, oh no, my poor wife and friend, to, whoever did this is a brave hero, actually deserves accolades and probably money. You know what I mean? Like, the minute he started doing that, I was like, hold on.
I wish I was as brave as the guy who did this.
Right. Yeah, he started doing that. Like, whoever did do it is really brave. They deserve some sort of major award.
Oh, it was me? I'm the winner?
Hold on. I didn't even know I was nominated.
Oh, all those nice things I said about the guy must apply to myself.
Don't mind if I step into that suit I made. Fucking hilarious.
And this is the 22nd of May. So this is the one where it's the jerk off video.
Right.
The one where he's
Tuesday morning, the day after or Tuesday night with Matt, the day after the Monday night late night stream with Rekieta that he took down.
The last one he did
Right.
on video.
2 days before the arrest on the 24th.
Yes.
So again, it is Aaron who sealed it all up. Imholte indicates in this blog Nicholas needs help and pointed out to get help for his kids because of substance abuse. Now again, he wasn't talking about Nick at all. And the cop said, Imholte indicates in this blog that Nicholas needs help and needs to get help for his kids because of substance abuse. Imholte points out a time in the video where Nicholas has a white powdery substance on his nose.
Yep.
Now again, maybe we should, I can send 3 videos of Aaron with white powdery substance on his nose. Maybe we should have Aaron's house broken into.
Yep.
Maybe we should have Aaron's house battering rammed down the door and check on those keys. What about them keys?
But yeah, Aaron is here connecting the drug use to the endangerment of the kids.
Yeah, he's a full-blown glowy.
Yeah.
On the same day, on the 22nd, your affiant was able to review the video that was taken off Nicholas's YouTube on Rumble social media sites. The video is from 5/21 and is Nicholas in his basement studio talking about a court appeals ruling he lost. He appears in the video to be drinking alcoholic beverages and appears to be under the influence of a substance or substances. The entire blog is 4 hours and 4 minutes long. Approximately 2 hours and 46 minutes into the video, Nick leaves to go to the restroom. He returns at 2 hours and 50 minutes and 40 seconds. He appears to be making an exciting look and has white powdery substance on his nose. Your affiant believes this behavior is indicative of central nervous system stimulants. CSSIs. CNSSs. Your affiant believes, based on training and experience, well-numbered behavior in the Rekietas, or of Nicholas, that he ingested this white powdery substance through a nasal cavity while off camera. Dun, dun, dun! That's how they do it. Through a nasal cavity. I was wondering. Your affiant knows through training and experience that ingesting controlled substances through a nasal cavity is common amongst controlled substance users, often referred to as snorting. I mean, this is groundbreaking stuff. Imagine if they have to explain what snorting is in your search warrant. Your affiant also noted that throughout the video, Nicholas is under the influence of a substance to the point he has to close one eye to read the screen, rambles, and slurs his speech. Nicholas would obviously not be able to care for his children in this state of intoxication. Should be noted that your affiant was a drug recognition evaluator for several years based on your affiant's training experience. The behavior of Nicholas in this video blog indicates polysubstance use, meaning it believes he was ingesting more than one substance based on his behavior, both being excited and nearly passing out. This can be consistent with behavior of both CNS stimulants and depressants. Your affiant believes the reports of neglect and controlled substance abuse are consistent with the previously mentioned information. Your affiant's requesting to search the household for the above listed items in relation to welfare of the children and home. Now, a lot of people are saying there should have been a CPS visit. If this was really about children's welfare and stuff, there should have been a child safety officer visiting and not law enforcement officers there to enact a search warrant for narcotics.
But it seems like they came into it from the drug side rather than from the children protection side.
But not really. It was teachers. Even if it was Aaron seemed all to be concerned about the children. All this was done under the guise of the children.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers, the children aren't being changed. This is all the first paragraph. This is all, the big concern is the kids.
Yeah.
And wouldn't the normal course of action be to have somebody from child protection come evaluate and then police?
Do you need that though? If you've got a first-hand witness,
not.
if a first-hand witness is saying that I've seen this man do drugs and he needs to get better because of the kids.
Who said that?
Aaron.
He didn't.
He needs to get better for his kids.
He didn't say. He said drinking.
No, he didn't say drinking. He's got white powdery substance on his nose.
Yeah, but on that 22nd, he never said. Yeah, but
I've done Molly and cocaine in the last few months.
You're doing the same thing every idiot in our chat does. He didn't say it.
Sure, he insinuated, which is what the cop here says.
Right.
He's insinuating.
Yeah, but you just said he said it.
Well, I didn't mean he said it. I said he
right,
insinuated.
but we do have to, that's the law, man.
He
so
said
we
it
gotta
without
be careful.
By saying said it, I meant he insinuated
Well,
it.
we're talking about whether or not someone can execute a warrant, and he said it and he insinuated are big deal.
All right.
It's a big deal.
Sure.
When someone can break down your door.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what is fascinating about the case is Yeah, no one here says they're doing cocaine in that house with the kids. Really?
You can piece it together from what was said.
You can piece together something that fits your conclusion that you've drawn.
Well,
but you can do that with anything. Like I'm just look, I get it. I'm just arguing devil's advocate here, not flat earther. I'm not being a dick.
Yeah, sure.
But like, these are the decisions that like.
Sure. So Aaron said
because all this gets thrown out
Okay.
if this is invalid. If
All right.
this is invalid, fruit of the poison tree, they have to throw out everything they found in that house.
All right. So the facts are, Aaron talked about having like doing drugs previously in the last 6 months or so. He talked about I feel like there's something.
Yeah, there's their appearance. There's his stream where he couldn't read. Again, I don't know why a husband's not allowed to be off his fucking tits in a basement if a mom's upstairs with the kids watching the kids. You know, again, everything on its own is like a dad's not allowed to get drunk. They have two
Sure.
parents.
Yeah.
Also, like a couple can't even go out and get drunk if they have a baby. You know what I mean? Like, so everything on its own is like, look, the kids getting not being given clothes and water and fed after midnight and all that stuff. That I get. I get. That's clear neglect. But again, we're talking about neglect. If all the really strong stuff is child neglect, and this is what all the law tubers are saying. Many law tubers are going like, this search warrant's garbage. Like, this is not enough.
That's not what I saw. There was a law YouTuber saying there's nothing I can attack here substantially.
Again, I'm not. Are you saying there's somebody with a different opinion? Yeah, I imagine there's all over the thing. But when I'm reading through, most of the comments I'm reading from people who say they're lawyers are saying like, this is dog shit. So I don't know, but this is why people are so interested in it, especially in the law tube community. If this gets thrown out, if this should have been a CPS flag visit or something like that, because then they would have thrown it all out, right? The CPS officer isn't allowed to like rifle through stuff. I imagine they just come in and like look around. But then I imagine that would have been a flag to them to throw it out. But I don't know. I would have thrown it out after that Monday night show.
Yeah.
Or hidden it or something. I mean, I don't know. I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
No one outright said it, but it's like you can imply murderous intent from someone without someone saying like, I'm going to come and kill you. Like, you know, there's other layers. It's not firsthand.
People are saying the CPS has no relevance per the report. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. If you go report child abuse to the police station, what happens? Do cops go check, or is there a special department that goes and checks on children? I'm not saying what should have been. I've read some stuff. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm from New Zealand.
Obviously
I don't know.
It's very different there.
Yeah.
They would have already murdered him by now.
We've got a ministry that deals with it.
Soft Weekly, remarkably, the cops that came to his house during the swatting incident also were familiar with his radio program. Classic 2. That's why I think a billboard would be great. Just really show them off in a new light.
Okay. So after this, a search warrant was granted. They requested it. And then the search warrant was granted in this one.
And this was granted by a judge that Rekieta's been taunting. Am I correct?
Absolutely, yes. So
I mean, this is what you get. You're a shitty lawyer. You're taunting other lawyers. You're taunting judges in your small town backwoods community. And now this judge gets to make a ruling on you.
Yeah. He's like talking about stuff like there's liquor flowing out of her pussy and all of that sort of stuff on stream publicly. And she's currently residing over another case that he's dealing with. So he really stepped in it.
All right, where does this get good?
That's Jennifer K. Fisher. That's the one there. Okay, so that was the search warrant.
Jenna Fisher from The Office.
Yeah. So now we can go into the incident report.
All right. Now you do this.
Okay. These are what they found in the houses. So it's not as this is written in better handwriting, not Minnesota handwriting. A little bit later, it's the same handwriting. Yeah, they all write like Aaron writes. They all have the same. This is how men in Minnesota write.
Jesus Christ. This is why they all hate, like every copy of video you ever see, they're all like, I gotta go type up this report. Yeah, I imagine most of it's deciphering whatever goo you laid down on this papyrus.
Do you think Aaron was just dressed up as a cop there, just writing all this stuff down? Because it matches his handwriting.
Yeah. Guys, I'm already doing the dishes. You want me to do that? He's just wearing, I picture Aaron constantly wearing a maid's apron and going around with a feather duster, topping off Kool-Aid.
Can we
use a coaster?
Can we get this handwriting as a font? Call it Minnesota Surrey.
No knock panic sands.
1,000 likes.
Oh God. There's just stray bullets around everywhere. All right, we've got another one.
All right. Incident report. Great. So this one, first talking about who was arrested and all of that. We know that. So if you go to the third page
of the Candy-Ojai County Sheriff's Incident Report.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to be digging into some addresses. It's very important to know that.
Yeah,
don't
pay
there.
attention to
these.
Don't
go.
Look.
Yeah, it's not. But
okay, see, it is. Okay, when it says St. Cloud, it's not. It's like.
That's why
it's like when I lived in Sherman Oaks, and you say L.A. I guess or Burbank, and you say L.A. But even further, I am okay.
What the interesting thing is, where your mouse is, so just under St. Cloud. So that was Aaron who was mentioned there, right? Yeah. April was arrested. Look at what her address is listed as.
It's the Spicer address. It's Nick's address.
The Rekieta's address. So when the cops arrested April and said, "Where do you live?" she said, "In this house, which you just arrested me in."
Right. Real quick, Marconin with $20 says, keep reading. The police were aware of both parents being neglectful of the children. 4 individuals testified to neglect. The judge likely watched the stream of Nick being fucked up to approve the warrant. Again, that's not enough. A stream of a dad being drunk is not enough to bust into someone's house and take children. Sorry. I don't know what planet everyone's on. Again, is a dad not allowed to be drunk on a stream? That's not. They can't bust into your house and look for drugs because of that. Because again, what if a mom is upstairs taking care of kids? What if they hired a babysitter so they get fucked up tonight?
They did,
it's
but
not,
the babysitter got
that's not the point. Everything I'm saying is hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough. If you think a warrant can be given because likely a judge watched the stream and was like, I've seen enough. That's not it. Sorry. No judge will put their life on the line for that. But I understand. Look, it's all of it. It's the totality of the circumstances and the reports.
Mm-hmm.
The church stuff holds a lot of water, I imagine, especially coming from a member of the church or the clergy or whatever, because they're in that community. Especially the children are in that community. People are seeing the children. The children show up gross every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your kids are sticky with goop or grape.
And you're allowed to leave the church suddenly in the middle. But if you're doing that in combination with a whole lot of other troubling behavior.
I mean, no.
It's like,
not in America. That's not suspicious. You can't. Something being different or suspicious is not enough to. It's not even with other stuff. It's not even enough. It's mentioned as hearsay because I imagine the pastor said it. But there is no way that would be thrown out so quickly.
Sure.
There's no way you could go, he kept leaving church early. And that's a red flag. So we think he might be doing drugs. That's gossip. That's church gossip shit. Come on.
Sure. But it would be like,
it would.
It's like if you were married to someone and then they'd go to that they'd go to the bathroom a lot and they'd never lock the door. And then one day they suddenly started locking the door. It's not illegal to lock a door when you go to the bathroom.
Right.
But if the person had never done that before, but that's mixed in with them also becoming really, really skinny and acting erratically, it adds to that. But it's not, Yeah, no one's getting arrested for locking a bathroom door behind
You
them.
can't even ask. Like, understand? I was watching a cop video last night of this guy. He was working in he worked at a mechanic shop, and it was 2 a.m. middle of the night, and he was in there working on his own car. You know, he works there. He had permission to be there in the shop working on his own car. It's 2 a.m. He's got the garage door cracked a foot off the ground to ventilate, I guess. He's just in there playing music, working on his car. Cop comes, knocks on the door. Says, what are you doing? You know, I noticed the light on the door. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just working on my car. I work here. Cop wants to come in and look around. The guy tells him, like, no. Like, you know, everything's fine. Cop busts through and, like, goes in and looks around. Goes like, hey, man, it's just suspicious. You know, it's late night. Lights on. Hear noises. It's a private business. Usually closed. You're in there. I don't know if you're supposed to be here. It's like, yeah, you don't have to know if I'm supposed to be here. Like, it's just not the way. I understand it's a little different here, but like, yeah, I don't have to let the cop know what I'm doing inside of a private place. Like, you don't. Right. A cop can't ask, and that guy's fired. Like, you can't. Like, asking will get you fired. You're not.
Okay.
You can't go. Well, what are you up to? Where are you? The cops always do this one. You know, where are you coming from? Where are you going? Like, eat my asshole. What? I don't have to. That's not what we're doing. Now, people tell them. And I guess you should, like, don't just be an asshole for no reason, especially if you've done nothing wrong. But it's, I think it's psychological. I think do it as like a first indication of, are you hiding something? Are you? But you're still not allowed. You can't just go. He gets up from church and leaves early, and he never used to do that.
But that is like
it's
one.
That's crazy.
That's one of many things that were troubling. It's just like someone noticed that their behavior is different.
I would argue I would argue that the pastor report, the kids eyewitness testimonies, the kids being gross, the Imholte show, all that stuff. I would argue does matter. I would argue that him leaving church early now shouldn't matter ever at all. Like, it just like
sure, but. From
he started being late to work.
Yeah, for me, like there's a bit of a cultural context here, which is someone belonging to a church community and acting like a member of that community. And if that changes, then that's notable. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm not saying they should be arrested for it.
I would just argue that a judge shouldn't take it into account when deciding whether or not to break down someone's door.
I think the judge is perfectly capable of saying, I'm not taking this into account. Like deciding for themselves.
Yeah,
but
sure.
the mandatory reporter isn't going to go, well, let me just think of all the things that are relevant for the judge. They're going to say everything, and then it's up to the cops to write down everything, and then the judge can be like, that's bullshit, that's bullshit. Okay, that's worrying. Let's look at that.
Anonymous, $5.
Welcome to my podcast. Today we're reading the steel toe arrest report. There were, the cops were called. And I think the kids got arrested. I'm not really sure.
For what?
The kids got it's Ray doing this news. He's trying to decipher the incident report and just says that the kids got arrested.
Prison Pocket, if this is thrown out, movie better lay low. Rekieta's not in court until August. So we got a long time for this to play out.
That's a lot of nights for him to have to turn down alcohol.
Mark Conan, they can't, when the children, quote, complain of being hungry, not being fed. They can when the children, yeah, you're bringing up a totally different thing. I'm going like, them walking out of church early is not enough. And you're going, it is when the children complain of being hungry and not being clean. It's like, yeah, totally different thing. Matters? Sure. Like, am I missing something? How does that relate to what I'm saying doesn't matter? Like, what I'm arguing is that if the kids are hungry and dirty and gross and wearing the same clothes for 4 days, it matters just as much as if the kids were hungry and dirty and gross and wearing the same clothes for 4 days and Aaron's been walking out of church a lot lately. That's what I'm arguing. The Aaron walking out of church a lot lately is nothing. That should not even be mentioned in, like, that's a little odd and suspicious. Just my opinion. Again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
But you're not part of a church community, so you don't know how big of a deal that would be there.
Right. It's still not a genuine good faith argument to go like, it does matter when the children are hungry. It doesn't. It still doesn't.
It's an indicator that something sudden has changed.
Yeah, but people have... Yes, again, that has nothing to do with being
It is
suspected of a crime.
Sure, but it's suspect that the situation had changed. So even though you may have visited them 8 months ago and everything was fine, since 6 months ago, things have started changing.
What you're saying is like common sense logic, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
but that holds no standing in law.
I don't know how they do it here. And
literally, like Robert Durst, like they can't get him. The guy, like he was suspected of like killing his neighbor and chopping up and dropping in the lake, and then he goes like, "Oh yeah, what happened was the guy came to shoot me. We wrestled for a gun, and I panicked and chopped him up and dumped him in a lake, and he didn't serve anything for that because."
Sure, but
he wasn't being tried for murder. He was being tried for...
The barrier for this is not to convict someone. It's to get probable cause to search.
Yeah, no, I get...
So the barrier
I
is
get
lower.
it.
It's not...
I totally get that even. I just don't know why that one thing has any... It's not an
It's one of like 15 bullet points.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I agree that... What I'm saying... I mean, you keep arguing with it. What you're saying is true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it shouldn't hold any bearing. Like, even in the total picture. Like, it's not... It has nothing to do with crime or a crime being committed or like it's just like it isn't.
If you're talking,
he's not taking care of his kids at home and he must be getting drunk and he has drugs at his house because he left church early. Like it just doesn't.
But if you've got people saying like a year ago I met his kids, they were fine, they're healthy kids. Yeah, but within the last 6 months, their behavior has been changing. So you need to look into that a little bit more than what it was like a year ago.
It's just like it's not even at his house. It's not even like it's just like it's nobody's. We're not even arguing. Like we're saying the same thing is on the paper and what they observed. I agree. I just like I don't understand how that can be used to not only suspect a man of a crime, but like further an application for a warrant. It's just like you could change a lot. He started jogging the other way last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something could have been a coincidence, like, and I get it. Like,
Sure.
yeah, well, there could have been a coincidence.
But if that's the only thing that was on the list, then of course that wouldn't be probable cause.
It just seems like bullshit to me. And again, I
anyway, let's
just disagree. Koof, thank you for not killing yourself. Killing yourself?
You're welcome.
Who is threatening to do that?
Maybe everyone.
Shane M1980, who's our executive producer of the day, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, continue.
All right, yeah, we can scroll down past this stuff. This is just relisting the same stuff again, saying who was mentioned, etc. We don't need to look at that. You can keep going. Next, it's the start of the next page is when it gets interesting.
A lot of victims.
Yeah. So yeah, starting from the top here.
Who's reading?
I can. So the children reside with their mother and father at the address in Spicer. Advised that the Rekietas had a live-in nanny for approximately 4 to 5 years. That's her name. And she recently left the Rekietas and began working for another family within the church. This was a first flag for the individuals who reported to the pastor that something was wrong with the Rekieta family.
Can we point out that the pastor's name is Melton?
Melton! Melton advised that the nanny didn't know that the report had been made, and a total of 4 anonymous people made contact with him and advised of the following.
Now this is wild.
So it's like, 4 different people did that. So they've got 2. I'm not interesting.
Don't do this thing where you go like, tell us what's interesting and not.
The first 3 aren't too interesting. Like it's just nothing.
Okay, well we probably could have been through it.
All right. Well, Melon was advised that the Imholtes moved in with the Rekietas. So, like, this is church gossip from 4 families that had come up to the guy. So they told him that we think Aaron and April had moved in.
Okay, I'm going to go back up because the stuff you told us isn't good is good.
Okay.
I mean, why skip 3 things? Just read them.
All right.
What's going on?
Nick and Kayla have 2 homes.
Stop skipping 10 seconds at a time.
All right. Nick and Kayla have 2 homes. A family had been renting one of the homes. And they were asked to leave recently, and no one is living there anymore.
Now, why? Why would they ask family to leave a home and leave it empty?
True. I didn't piece that one together.
So was someone else speaking up, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, if you're gonna like comment on our lifestyle, beat it."
Or it was, let's clear this house up for Aaron and April to move into.
Is it close?
Yes, it's one of their two properties.
Because
Yes.
cut to today, Aaron was saying, like,
Building a
I'm going to
studio.
build a studio in the
Yeah.
other house.
Yes. Oh, I
So,
didn't
like, they
pick
were
that
going to
up.
form a compound.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize.
But we did save 10 seconds.
I apologize to the show. I apologize to everyone. I apologize to the super tips.
That's why I'm a control freak, Allie Drew. That's why. They were trying to start a David Koresh style compound. They wanted to have multiple families. They wanted to have like a commune.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going to assign chores.
And
Everybody was going to share everything. David Koresh used to try to fuck everybody's wife. It was like a shit test for bitch men. You know? They were like, how committed are you to the cause? You got to offer up your wife. It's what God wants. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. Nick and Kayla Rekieta have formed a newer relationship with Aaron and April Imholte. I was advised that Aaron Imholte and Nicholas Rekieta do some type of blogging and a YouTube radio show.
I love the way that cops and like senators and like pastors talk about internet stuff. It always sounds so wrong.
It's like how KB talks about
it. Yeah. What does he do? They
Mel-
do some type of blogging and radio shows.
Melon was advised that Imholtz moved in with the Rekietas as well. Melon was advised that the Imholtz moved in with the Rekietas as well. That's how often they were there.
Yeah.
Neighbors probably thought that. Even Mubi, before he even announced the divorce, let it slip that we were practically living there.
Mm-hmm.
The house is in disarray with clothes and other cluster items everywhere. Cluster bombs?
I think those are what we in the business call hunks.
Got it. The children are 2 boys and 3 girls. They have been noted to be wearing the same clothing for 3 to 4 days. And their clothing in disarray and starting to smell. Their
rough.
collars were never pressed. Their pleats were never sharp.
Yeah.
Just embarrassing. Mountain! The preschool director at the church that Cecilia, I guess is that one of the kids, attends is Paula Holman. Holman advised Mountain that the younger children have advised her that they are hungry.
Can we please get Brian the lawyer on the phone to get his take? The chairs are my corn.
It's an old one. Hold on. Preschool director at the church that Cecilia attends is Paula Holman. Holman advised Melton that the younger children have advised her they're hungry and not being fed. One anonymous party advised that they do not believe the children are born between 2012 and 2015 are being homeschooled, while the older boys do attend school at the Wilmar Community Christian School.
So 2 of the kids are just hanging out.
Just floating through life.
Yeah.
They don't need to know nothing. Cocaine!
And these are like 12. Yeah. 12 and like 9.
Hey, April, cocaine. Beloved chatter, if 4 parties file complaints that you fuck chickens in their neck holes and you show up on stream covered in feathers and blood, expect a warrant. Yeah, I agree. But we're saying the same thing. But part of that complaint shouldn't be, also, he's been stopping by a different Circle K lately. Like, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And I get it. You can make all the arguments. Well, it's church. That's part of their community, which is related to the kids. I got it. I get it. Just my thoughts. I'm allowed to be wrong and or think different. I don't have to argue about it. I'd be like, don't worry about it. I have UTI. Maybe I got IBS. Or one of the other embarrassing below the belt acronyms. They don't believe the children born between 2012 and 2005 are being homeschooled at all. Yeah, because who's doing it? Who would be teaching them?
They work in that like cluster of homeschools where each parent teaches the kids, and so all the kids would go to one parent's house for like English classes today, and then they'd go to another parent's house for maths, and so they'd go around. And Nick was one of the teachers, but he was kicked out of that, and he punched a hole in the bathroom wall because of it. Is what
Aaron
said.
said. Yeah. All the information that is regarding the church to the Rekieta family has now gone to one of their sons.
The oldest son. Yeah, the 15-year-old.
As the response is not attainable from Nicholas and Kayla.
So Nick and Kayla
they've stopped responding to
the church. And now the oldest teenager is the one that's dealing with
Talking to the
administrative
church.
stuff, which is sad. That's really
I mean, to be honest, this church is acting like somebody woke up and left a cult. And they're like, you got to get them back. They're one of our best guys. I mean, I'm not on the church's side either. Churches are fucking creepy cults.
Yeah, but they also provide community. to
I
some
get
people.
it, nerd. You sound like Aaron. Another anonymous person advised that Nicholas will walk out randomly during sermons. See what I mean? This is a vindictive pastor who sucks. For all I know, this pastor's been putting in the same amount of work in preparing for his sermons that Aaron puts in every day preparing for the Steel Toe Morning Show. And it's boring as fuck. And then what does he do? He passes around an offering plate. I mean, holy shit, it's the Steel Toe Show. I mean, you tell me what this pastor's mad about. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody was on cocaine. This is a pastor who got lazy, stopped doing the work, stopped looking up new verses, stopped bringing fresh material to the pulpit. And Aaron, and you know, Nick walks out, you know, God forbid to do a little cocaine in the cab of his truck that Steel Toe Media pays for the Mustang. and you know, it's a boring man up there talking, and the sermons suck, and Nick left. And now it's listed in here as like a reason we had to go get them keys.
Why are they leaving? We do a fun sermon.
Why are they leaving?
We run a
This is a great sermon. We had a great sermon last week, and we've got a great sermon tonight.
I'm one of the best. We got to hit that goal. We got to hit that
Sunday morning service and the Sunday evening service. Members only. We're going to pass the plate around. There's a bitter pastor who doesn't want to admit he can't keep his audience's attention anymore. It's like watching Aaron subscriber numbers go down on YouTube or just stagnate. I don't want to hear about it.
We're growing. We're the biggest we've ever been.
You're right. The church is doing fine. We just arrested some members last week.
Yeah, you skipped one of the bullet points.
You know what the church did? They just banned Nick from the chat room. That's what they just did.
Yeah.
It's pretty much banning. Sorry. What did I skip?
So the one before that was an anonymous person.
An anonymous person advised Melton that they observed Nicholas being lethargic and appeared to be high or drugged driving a car around. Again, you ever seen me after eating 4 to 7 Cadbury eggs? I'm in a sugar stupor, driving around my neighborhood, super slow, weaving in between lanes. This is diabetic coma. When's enough, man? When's enough?
Mooby is correct. We shared the responsibilities of homeschooling just like we shared wives. When it was my turn, I did teach both sovereign citizen bullshit and meths.
Muted growl. Let's be honest. If Nick wasn't an upper middle class white lawyer, there wouldn't be a search warrant and certainly wouldn't bust their door down. You're right. This is targeted racism.
What are you doing?
This is classic middle class harassment.
Yeah, harassing all these people with trust funds.
Mm-hmm. Next thing they'll know, they'll take his house away from him, like it's some eminent domain bullshit. Yeah, I've seen this before. You nailed it. You nailed it.
You're done, Melton. I've teamed up with the only man as smart as me on the internet, Dr. Chow. I promise it will be quick. Your bacon missing. 52-ounce soda drinking. Fat fuck ass is toast.
Technically, his ass is a burger. Another win for the Kiwi.
Don't say this will be quick when Stevie Lou talks. Jesus Christ.
A crack in the foundation. Melton's good buddy Tukey is planning on streaming again this good buddy in 15 minutes. Another win for Stuttering John.
Yeah, Tukey's on tonight. When we wrap this up, head over to Tukey. Don't be scared of him. Beloved chatter, if he can't get hired by Compound Media, he'll make his own compound. I bet he'd hire a little house for E-Rock and Anthony just in case. Aw. We love it when the boss visits here at Compound North.
The report, written in a child's handprint, states that he would leave the service and be acting different when he came back in.
Oh, God.
Geeking, tweaking, seeing Jesus and not allowed to throw out a howdy do, Lord. What it is. Want a bump. You know that fish thing you did? Can you turn the scrimp into yay, yo? We got a fish lunch.
Turn the scrimp into yay.
Yayo. Okay.
Anonymous
individuals have advised Mountain that they have noticed behavior changes in both Nick and Kayla, with Kayla almost appearing now to be anorexic and Nicholas to have lost a substantial amount of weight.
It's
So let
not
me get this
illegal
straight.
to lose weight.
These
It's
people
not
are
illegal
working on themselves.
to be anorexic.
All I hear is this. These people are waking up, realizing that God's not real. Thank you, flyover states. You know, I mean, we all make fun of you in the middle of the country for this nonstop. Jesus and Jesus and God and Jesus and Jesus. We know, nerds. These people woke up. They realized there is no God. They've been exercising. They're getting in shape.
It's all fun and games until a cop with a flashlight starts pulling balloons and baggies of coke out of your ass like a magician's top hat.
Just scarves coming out of her balloon knot. I just don't get it, man. All I see is a couple really trying to make it work.
Yeah, and then and it's just coincidence that their kids are smelly and wear the same clothes every day.
Of course the kids are smelly. They're working out all the time. They're probably encouraging the children to work out.
They're asking everyone if they can feed them. That is
Yeah, you got a carbo load, but you're doing a lot of exercise. You're doing a lot of these runs. You know? I'm sorry. All I see is parents that care too much.
Jesus Christ.
I really.
These are the worst parents.
I mean, they're definitely not the worst.
No, not the worst, but pretty bad parents.
Again, I don't see it.
You don't see it.
These guys are so addicted to exercise. They're losing so much weight that the sermon, he even has to get up and get active. And then he gets flagged.
You think he's exercising mid-sermon?
Yeah, he's just doing a lap. I'm sure he set down a baby monitor and
he
he's got
comes
some
back
headphones.
sweaty and puffed with his hammer.
Yes. Wiping his face.
Sniffling because he's allergic to the grass
Yeah,
outside.
it's a lot of fucking hay fever. I mean,
Jesus,
I don't get
Jesus
it, man.
Christ.
This guy's trying to get his life right with Jesus, and like Michelle Obama told us, get active, move.
All right. What about the anonymous individuals have advised that they have seen what was being described as injection or track marks on Nick's arms?
Well, yeah, I don't know if he runs track or if he's out on the street. I don't know how he's doing it. But we shouldn't be like, oh, he's wearing a tracksuit, so he looks stupid. Because he got some lines going up and down his arms.
Yeah,
that's what they put on the suit.
Those are decals like you do on
you
a
call them
fast.
track marks. Adidas calls just their logo. It's just 3 stripes.
Right.
They're not marks.
He's got an Adidas tattoo.
Yeah, it's like saying McDonald's has a M mark outside the rest. I mean, look, you could say they're track marks. We call it a track suit.
All right.
Adidas.
That's
track mark, but also like when you're a good dad and your children hold on to you, they dig your nails into like daddy, don't leave.
Yeah.
So they puncture your skin.
Yeah,
and it looks sharp kid nails.
The same way that a needle would.
I'm not in the same way, but like sure, if there's like a hangnail, or like they've done some acrylics for Halloween.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anonymous individuals advised Melton that they believe the Imholtes are possibly assisting with some type of drug use with Nick and Kayla. Nick's blogs and views
Assisting with drug use. They're tying them off.
Yeah.
They're holding the needle. They're operating the lighter. They're bending the spoon. How does it?
He really digs the knife in with this one. Nick's blogging and views and or subscribers are down, possibly resulting in financial issues. There's no reason.
I mean,
to start it's like,
oh, so now there's no reason for that to be in the report. Hold on. His subscribers are down and views are down. Possibly relating to financial issues.
The Imholtes
resulting in financial issues. So this guy, not only is this guy going, they walk out of a boring sermon. They must be doing drugs.
There's something
out of the other side of his fucking mouth. He goes, his show's doing so bad, he's probably broke. Then how's he getting all the drugs?
Like,
maybe he's leaving church to drive Uber to earn some extra money from the show that's down that you can't stop shitting on, cops.
Do you think these anonymous?
No wonder the kids don't have new shirts. They're poor.
Do you think these church members went up to him and were like, Melton, their numbers are down. Melton.
They're poor.
Their numbers.
I mean, all this also could be they're just poor. The kids have been smelling lately. The kids aren't eating enough. He's leaving church early. Yeah, 2 jobs.
Yeah, but
they've lost a lot of weight. They're poor.
But
they're poor. They're not on drugs.
But now you have to also believe that
this was a side business. They
that
were
Aaron-
selling drugs.
You have to admit then that Aaron and April are assisting them with drug use. That's the thing you need to believe. That Aaron is introducing Nick and Kayla to drugs. Do you really want to argue that?
Oh God!
Pull him up.
Cheetos is furious.
Doing this.
What does this do to the sponsors of this program? By the way, Aaron's the coolest guy at Cheetos now. Tell us again about what it was like to fuck 2 women. We're listening. An anonymous person advised, at one point, oh boy, an anonymous person advised at one point, advised Melton, Nicholas and Kayla Rekieta left with the Imholtes to go to a casino, leaving the children alone, putting the oldest, who was born in 2007, in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, that's a 17-year-old.
In charge of 4 kids.
Okay.
It's a lot of
If
kids.
you're a single mom, are you not allowed to take care of 4 kids?
I
don't know how they do it in New Zealand. There's no limit on kids you're allowed to have and care for. People here have 15 kids, and one single mom can take care of them.
It's a list
But all of a sudden, when it
worrying
comes to
things. It's
professional
not-
child care,
It's not saying any of these things are illegal. It's just saying here's a list of
right?
facts
I'm
together.
saying, man, this is fucked up. I agree. I agree with you. It's fucked up. They should leave these people alone. Is that what you're saying? You're saying the same thing.
Melton advised that nobody. So this one is
Just
interesting.
ignore me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this last one, Melton advised that nobody told him anything other than possible neglect and/or drug use. There was 0 reports of any physical or sexual abuse, and the kids were not in any immediate danger at the time of the report.
Well, there you go. They're even admitting they didn't have to do this.
Sure, but this guy is going to the cops and saying, "Look, the kids are not in any immediate danger. It doesn't look like there's anything really, really, really bad happening. I just need to report it." But then the cops took this, combined it with Aaron talking about how he needs to save the kids, and it turned into this big...
Here's what I hear. Nick and Kayla are so fucking high they can't take care of the kids. So they left the kids in charge with somebody who's not high at all. Okay. Isn't that better? What do you want from them? They're not allowed to stay home and watch the kids. They're not allowed to leave the kids with other people. What do you want from them? They can't win with you.
How do you know they're not high?
The 17-year-old?
Yeah, there's lots of drugs in the house.
I don't know. The 4-year-old didn't know how to use a bullet. Is this Bubbles? What an idiot. The kids were doing bubbles. The kids were doing bubbles. Tell us something about yourself.
I'm gay and my dick is small. That is all.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm gay and my dick is small. That is all.
The
Sorry,
short
go
and sweet
ahead.
ones are good. All right, we can scroll down now.
Sweaty Tryhard, thank you. Moody, you dolt.
Great, thank you.
Moody needs to say.
I'm gay and my dick is small. That is all.
Another win for the toe. Okay. End of report. So we go on.
Yeah, keep going. So there's one that says charges. You can keep going after this. It's just a lot. Charges evidence. All right. So the interesting thing in the evidence is in the first one, the third one down, the third bullet point down.
Why don't we read it all?
All right. So these are the things that they confiscated. This is the chicken scratch handwriting.
Yeah. Yep.
They've converted into computer talk.
Okay.
The following items were located in the master bedroom near the nightstand. So probably near that fridge that Aaron got for...
Yeah, we've pretty much read all this, but it's good to recap.
So there's a yellow snort tube, positive for cocaine, a black vial with white substance inside, NIK tested positive for cocaine, I think that's some sort of test that they. Yeah. Contents. Yeah, contents were removed from the black container and placed in a separate baggie.
You sure it doesn't mean Nick tested it?
Weighing 2.2 grams within the bag. There's 2 credit cards listed to April Imholte. There's 2 cards from April that were used to cut up a bunch of. I think this black vial was the one that was in her purse.
Again, I can't even imagine. Just Edward Scissorhands, flats, just.
Isn't this good?
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
See, it's not scary.
22 caliber spent shell casing on the floor of the nightstand in the master bedroom. So
Right. So is that still? You tell me. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know. What could those spent casings be?
Souvenir.
They're just loose all over the floor. No.
It's just a souvenir from when they went to the gun range. They wanted to collect it.
I guarantee there's bullet holes somewhere in that house. Go look.
The following items were located underneath the bed in the master bedroom. A Sig Sauer AR with several magazines and loose ammunition.
Several magazines.
Jesus Christ. And loose ammo. The gun. They're
just laying in their high pile carpet.
They're putting their drugs in a safe that they cart around with them everywhere, but the gun's just thrown under the bed.
Well, yeah. You gotta have the guns out in case anybody goes for the safe.
That's outrageous. The following item was located in the master bedroom dresser. That dresser is where they keep all their sex toys.
Yeah. That's where they used to keep all the snacks and sliced meats.
So the glass container with metal filter and grinder and glass container positive for cocaine. So
Following
probably
items in a safe in the master. All right, so we read all this. Bag with cards and dollar bill, positive for cocaine, large corner cut baggie, 18.96 grams of coke. Somebody got shortchanged. 3 small baggies weighing 5.4 grams. Green colored tablets testing positive for cat. 8 dosage units. Digital scale tested positive for coke. Metal pan with white powder, coke. 2 snort tubes, 2 metal cutters. I'm glad they all had their own snort tube, though.
It's very hygienic.
Snort tubes tested positive for cocaine. They're really wasting tests on the tubes. They're like, no, this could be Bisquick. It might be coke in the bag, but who knows what this white powder on the straws is. Let's waste tests.
This is probably one of the bigger drug busts in that county.
Oh no.
You don't think so?
Dude.
25 grams?
I mean, that's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot for like a person or a house to have.
Yeah.
But it's not like close to what a dealer would have.
No.
Like, we're not talking about kilos. You don't think they've ever busted kilos and kilos of coke in the middle of Minnesota? Come on. I bet. Like, where does he buy his bricks from? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
There's a bigger fish.
Him and April went to.
But they're not going far, and that guy's got a lot more at his house.
That's true.
And then where's that guy getting his from?
Do you think he'll turn on his dealer?
No. I don't know. I mean, they don't think they have a problem, right? Both him and April have come out and said, we don't have a problem. Look at this. Unknown brown substance, negative test on all Nick tests. They don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's the fig jam.
But what really could it be?
A brown substance.
It's not heroin. It's not meth. It's not MD. It's not
I don't know.
Hash.
Chocolate?
2 baggies with a baggie and a funnel. Bindle white bag with white powder substance.
There's just
Cocaine scooper.
Cocaine everywhere.
She don't lie. You don't lie. 45 caliber magazine, 6 hour 38. Remington 870, 12 gauge, 45 caliber bullet, just one bullet. 26.67 measurable grams of cocaine, including bags. Including bags. Digital photographs, audio recording, Nicholas Rekieta, body cam video. Look at all the officers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's a lot. That's so many.
9 officers have body cam videos. PowerPoint video clip from Nicholas Rekieta's online podcast, which shows white powdery substance on his nose. Also screenshot from Nicholas Rekieta's podcast, which shows white powdery substance on his nose. Oh.
He should issue a DMCA.
A podcast that shows white powdery substance on his nose, but also a white powdery substance on his nose. 2 podcasts. So what were you saying?
He should file a DMCA with the cops to take down that PowerPoint because they used it without permission.
Application for search warrant, receipt and inventory return.
Yeah. So details, if you go to the last paragraph of the next page, it's just, this is the guy going to the house, meeting up with everyone beforehand.
Yep.
If you go to the paragraph that starts with around that time, it's him talking to Nick.
Around that time, I went outside and spoke to Nick Rekieta. I requested him to speak to me. I advised him of his Miranda warning. He agreed to speak to me and waived his right to counsel.
Waived his right to counsel. This is a lawyer saying, I don't need a lawyer.
He explained to me he may not answer certain questions. The conversation was recorded on my body camera. Oh, boy. During the conversation with Nicholas, he advised me he sleeps in the master bedroom with his wife, Kayla, and that April was just there visiting on this date.
Which is not.
Because she gave the address. So this is a lie.
Yeah.
Nick Rekieta lied to officers here. Straight up.
He's lying about 2 things.
Why wouldn't he shut up? I mean, this is provable you lied to an officer.
Yeah. Yes. It's provable in this document. So he's saying that he sleeps with his wife, Kayla, in the master bedroom. And April was just visiting on this date. She wasn't visiting. She said that this was her primary residence.
Right.
So she was there not on this date. She was there for a longer period of time.
She would have liked this all to happen and then her get out the next day or later that day or whatever, and Aaron not find out. That's why she didn't list that address. She didn't want any mail going there.
She thought it could have just been over here.
She thought maybe we'll just get out of here. Nobody will find out about it if we get out fast enough. If we're not missing, not that anybody was keeping track of April in any meaningful way. Gold's Falls, what's the brown substance growing on your chin? Ayana. It's wispy.
The other
Pity
thing,
Lonnie was not reported. Florida caps or FLA CPS back in 2000. Who's that?
What?
I don't know. You got to be, man, beloved chatter, Rekieta's first to be caught with a frazzle drip. What's a frazzle drip? I can't keep up because I imagine the chat's talking about stuff we're not talking about. What's a frazzle drip?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm lost.
Fatty Patty, I knew it. That's all right. John's neglected cat guy is the only one who knew that yet Rekieta's numbers were down and he was in cahoots with the police to stick it to steel toe. That dork works for Melton.
And one more thing. Patrick's not even married.
Fuck. I'm starting a magnet collection. That's it.
The other thing that's a lie here is that Aaron said that they all slept together in the master bedroom.
Where's that?
No, it's not in here. But on Kino Casino, Aaron said that all 4 of them slept on the master bed in the bedroom.
And Aaron and April be on the outside and they'd be in the middle?
And the Rekietas would be in the middle, yes.
Hot. And when they alternate head toe, like Grandma George?
I assume that they don't.
Grandma and Grandpa George and Willy Wonka?
I know who they are, but no.
This is a general overview of our conversation. See body cam video for full details. We will. At this time, it was determined Nick Rekieta, Kayla Rekieta, April Imholte will be placed under arrest and transported to Candy Ojai County Jail by marked Candy Ojai County deputies, as well as State Trooper Josh Monson. Shout out. While replacing Nicholas in the State Trooper squad, I observed several injuries to his arms and photographed them. They appear to be sores common with substance abuse. But Aaron said that he's never seen him shoot up anything.
Yeah, he's never seen him shoot up anything, but he may have done that away from Aaron.
The children were placed with their grandparents during this time. Detective Oakleaf advised me that she spoke with Kayla Rekieta regarding a statement, which time Kayla was advised she wanted to have an attorney.
Smart.
Detective
That's
Brands,
what you should. If the cops are talking to you and they're arresting you, this is what you should do. Not
Thanks, man, for the legal advice. Detective Sharjah, who doesn't know this?
Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta does, the lawyer,
Right.
the attorney. Yeah.
Detective Brands attempted to take a statement from April Imholte after reading her Miranda warning. She wanted an attorney. Deputies continue to search the residence. If the above listed physical evidence was taken into custody, we were able to close the door and we documented the damage to the door. After officers left, all officers left the scene approximately 11:05.
Yeah. This big paragraph's a good one.
I went to Candy, Ohio County Jail, requested Nick Rekieta to speak with me. He indicated he was willing to do so. I brought him to an interview room while the Candy, Ohio County Law Enforcement Center. This will be a video too then.
Yep.
This interrogation. He was again read his Miranda warning. He agreed to speak and waived his right to counsel.
Jesus.
During our conversation, he refused to answer any questions regarding cocaine use or controlled substance use. He advised me that he resides at the residence, stays in the master bedroom with his wife Kayla, where they sleep. He indicated that April Imholte was just a friend visiting and does not live at the residence. He explained he's extremely stressed out in regards to his 5 kids and their extra activities.
Yeah. So
How do you think they feel about your extra activities?
the next paragraph contradicts him.
Where?
I was advised.
I was advised after this interview that Alicia Sweep had contacted with Kayla Rekieta, requesting if their live-in nanny, Shani Bitsen, would be able to assist with the residents. Sweep was advised by Kayla that technically Imholte was their live-in nanny. I was provided Rekieta as a copy of law enforcement hold order for each of their children and placed it at the end of their jail property. End of report.
So,
like, I don't understand. It's too much.
They're contradicting each other. So about what April's role is, they're hiding who she is. They're saying she's our live-in nanny, and then he's lying to the cops.
About what?
About April.
But
just
why?
visiting.
But why? Why wouldn't they say like she's our? Why wouldn't they? What does April get out of saying I live there, and them get out of saying she doesn't live here?
So if she says I'm their live-in nanny and I live there, and they find child neglect charges,
I'm not addicted to cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
No, but I'm saying,
That's why cocaine is illegal. It makes pussy too easy to get.
Take my wife, please.
I too am a comedian.
Hey, buddy.
She should be the one saying, I don't live there, and he should be the one saying she does.
Yes.
But they're switching.
They're switching.
But this is why you shouldn't say anything.
Yes.
Until you
yes.
talk to an attorney.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not disagreeing
The
with
more
you.
you lay down track, like you can't backtrack.
No.
Or if you do, you got to have a really, really good reason to do it. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a contradiction here now. They can question them why they said these things first, and then they dig into it and start to break it up.
Okay.
It's not good.
Danielle says you're just visiting, baby boy. Nick denying April's residence, like your landlord Danielle saying you did not live in her home. Interesting. Unquenchable fire. Frazzle drip is a video of child abuse that is on Huma Abedin's laptop, allegedly involving Hillary Clinton.
Isn't Huma? Is she Wiener's?
It's like Seth. What's his name? Seth Rich. How many bodies, Clintons? Isn't this the allegation that the Clintons have a long body trail? Frazzle drip also slang for the drugs. TV. I really don't know what frazzle drip is. Is that a real drug?
I don't know.
Well, they're saying it's child abuse, and they're saying it's a drug.
Maybe it's
Your Honor, I understand that the court has footage of Nick with a white substance on his nose. May I turn the court's attention to the powdered sugar bit I did a day later on Steel Toe, and again on MLC, again on Kino, twice with Gino Bisconte.
And Kiki.
It's a really cool
and
bit.
Kiki.
It's a really cool bit.
I love the powdered donut bit. I love the powdered donut bit. We might have to buy like a pallet of powdered donuts so I can just do it whenever I want. The thing is, again, Aaron has no subtlety. Aaron doesn't know how to do a bit. So he comes back and he leans into the thing. He's like, and he has to look over the camera to see, can they see it? And it's like,
yeah.
The bit is to come back and act like you don't know.
Yep.
But he can't do that ever. Everything he does, the swinging song,
have to do
he has
singing.
to cut to the camera and go,
Everything's
Get it? Swinging? Get it?
It's literally on the
We
nose.
get it.
It's literally on the nose.
We get it. Yeah, right. Like everyone gets
Yeah.
it. All right, Tuki's gonna be on.
We've got two, like a
You
couple
got more?
here. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So if you go down to details in the next,
Tuki's gonna kill me.
We'll get there really quick.
Oh, I really thought that was the end. Sorry.
No, there's a little bit more. So the second paragraph here, about this is pulling over Nick.
The driver was identified as Nicholas Rekieta. I advised Nicholas about the warrant and search of his person. At that time, Deputy Bauman was with me. The Nicholas was advised that the warrant was signed by a judge. His response was, "That don't mean shit," which is crazy because, again, that's the only time a warrant means anything.
Yeah, it's if a judge signs it. But maybe he saw which judge signed it.
And wanted the probable cause for the warrant. While conversing about the topic, Detective Pomplin was also asking for a door code so they did not have to breach the door at the residence. Nicholas advised me he wasn't giving me shit as he hadn't seen the warrant. This is like where Mooby got off talking to the cops. Like, okay, boss.
Hey, boss.
He's like,
Yeah.
Nick taught me that. Nick taught me how you talk to these cops.
Last paragraph as well.
While assisting in keeping the 4 children occupied outside of the residence, when asked about getting clothes, one of the daughters wanted new clothes as she made reference to the fact she'd been wearing these clothes for more than the day.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, again, these aren't crimes. What little girl doesn't want new clothes? What little princess doesn't want a new outfit, huh?
Yeah.
Right, Charlotte?
Anyway, that's all there is.
That's it?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, there we go. And again, those documents, the search warrant stuff, fresh today, which is about as wild as it gets. Thank you to stupid old Shane M 1980 and everybody else who's participating. We're gonna get you on our high rollers list. We're gonna do it. We'll do a show tomorrow. Moody and I both have tremendous amounts, remarkable amounts of work to do tonight.
We'll be working while listening to Tuki.
We're gonna be watching Tuki, as should you, and working. And we'll come back. We got so much Aaron Imholte to go over. Who knows when we'll be back, but we'll be back, and it'll be good. Next will be the body cam. I mean, today's Steel Toe morning show, and who knows what's happening right now at the night show.
Yeah,
with Matt.
He's on with Matt right now.
Of course he is. Matt's useless. Matt sucks. Everybody this guy picks to be on a show sucks. And I do think he's one of those guys that picks bad people to make him look good.
Wasn't Pauly
and
Shore,
it's like, that doesn't help your show.
Wasn't Pauly Shore like that? Like he wanted someone that sucked before him?
Yeah, I have stories. Thank you to everybody for watching. Hit the like button on your way out. We're over 400 likes. That's great. Over 60 new members tonight. Thank you very much for supporting the show.
I see none of that.
Yeah, you won't be getting any money at all.
You need to super tip. You can't just do memberships.
Nope. You're not getting any. You're not even getting any of the super tips.
Is it
only what gets grazed off?
It's all going to Hackamania.
I've actually hacked into the system and put in some safeguards to keep you from getting any of it.
Oh, so you have been doing computer work lately.
Yep. Barrister 1401. Please ask Aaron how long did it take for April's snatch to snap back after Nick railed it?
Jesus.
Like a slinky. I think it's like those slinkies. When you straighten them, they're never the same again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moody's paid in brisket. Do you like the brisket?
It was good. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Patrick hates it. He thinks he did.
Mark
a terrible job.
Abatista, do not listen to this guy. This is horse shit. All right, we're going to get out of here. Go watch Tuki. Love you more than a friend.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy. Patrick melting faces have you stacking an low point. It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. That'll make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the road. Or stupid motherfuckers just got NL loaned. Other radio shows are straight bitch mail prone. Talk shit on the youngins that nobody like past. Have my homeboy lame prank call him fast. Have him thinking that Everybody hates him, like right before he berates him. And the way that he baits him, put him right on blast. Like, Patrick is an asshole and his show won't last. And every time I called in, he treated me